Good evening, and welcome back once again, travelers. It's been a very long time, at least it feels like a long time since I've been able to say that. This is our first game back from our quarantine. And let me tell you, we are very, very excited. Here with episode 14, at the shores of madness. Fulner, played by Cookie, will be joining us very shortly. However, until then, you guys can all enjoy me playing Fulner, if it so arises. And just for a little recap, before we move into the game. Our last episode, The Dark Below, Act 2. The party, after making their way deep into the caverns, filled with the cave fissures that Jezebel's family, the Savant family, so readily use for their shipping, their merchandising of the flammable filament and eggs that the cave fissures produce, in search of her lost uncle, Arthur. Unfortunately, upon their arrival, Arthur was held captive by a deadly drider, a horrible abomination of the Spider Queen Lolth's wrath, and a drow. After a short confrontation, and some quick yet unwise choices by Fulner, the drider escaped. Arthur gave his vessel over to Jezebel, told her about a mysterious location within the Strand, Marauder Strand. And Kaz left with the many questions by the half-drow Echo, as he likes to call himself. What stories do we have ready to tell for the strangers? Roll to save, traveler. This is a death attack.
I forgot that was our fucking name, and now I'm disappointed all over again.
So we are going
strangers.
to...
We're all really good friends here. We all like each other.
Pick up right where we left off. Barry had dispatched all of the
Poisoned them.
ruffians that were on the vessel, using the Barbadoo plan to poison them. And as he sung his delightful sea shanty, as your rowboat made your way, you all climbed aboard and were greeted by him. You all had the choice of returning to the city, as Smavros wanted to retrieve Horsemeat, his valiant steed and potential dinner. And Jezebel seemed not quite sure. For now she is the captain, and this is her crew. The name of the strangers may be changing yet again. And that's where we'll begin. As the vessel rocks slightly back and forth under the dark waves, the night sky, the cool wind, the briny smell. You have a choice to make. Head back to Raven's Grid. Warn the townspeople of the oncoming centaur attack. Retrieve Horsemeat. And for Kaz, the information about the Grand Master who resides within the very small and humble Wizard's Tower. Or turn tail and head towards the Marauder's Strand and search for the mysterious location that Arthur spoke of.
Well, I believe when we last left off, both Jezebel and I were seeing Arthur off into the sea as we buried him.
Correct.
And We exchanged pleasantries, so I believe we're all in the midst of discussing what to do. So, Captain, do you think we can go back on shore and let Smavros fetch us?
Horse meat.
Yes, that.
Are we all together?
Yeah, you guys are all on deck of the Old Girl. As that is the name for the ship at the moment. You being the new captain, this is your vessel. She is to call whatever you like.
Wasn't there paperwork or something I had to do for that?
You know that the you guys discovered the will from Arthur within his cabin. I believe Kaz was the one that found it.
Yes, I gave Jezebel the deed, or
basically the will.
The will.
You would have to, if you wanted to make it legal, yes, you would need to return to Ravensgrin, and the ownership of the ship would be turned over to you by the dockmaster, and also through your mother's written word.
Alright, here's how I see it. I don't see the point in going back. Honestly, I mean, it's just a horse, right? You don't need it.
It's more than a horse.
well,
They're a dime a dozen.
I have a few errands I need to run, and I think we should stock up before we go into the ocean.
Also, all of our gear is back on the cart.
Provisions, food. We won't last very long, and Smavros would probably eat us. I would rather he eat horse meat.
Did we already go through and look and see? Did we do that last game? What provisions were on the ship?
Yeah, that's, I believe you guys did, and I believe the provisions would only last a few days. You know, the trip down to the Strand from where you're at currently, it's going to be a few weeks. It's going to be a few weeks on the ocean. You're an experienced sailor, both Kaz is an experienced sailor. At this point, Kaz, you can tell that she is trying to flee out of stubbornness and is not trying to return on purpose.
I mean, there's gotta be somewhere else we can go, right? To get all that. Doesn't have to necessarily be
You don't have
Ravensgrin.
to leave the ship. You can stay on the ship, and if you want, you can. We can go run the errands, be back within due time before the raid starts, if that's a concern.
Is there a small ship on this boat? Small boat on this ship.
I don't trust you in the small boat.
I don't trust him going back to land, and I need a crew.
Let me finish. I say we take small boat for the people who want to go back to Raven.
That's a horrible idea, to take a dinghy out in the middle of the ocean.
You know, Barry sort of brings it. You know, he's quite right there, mate. You don't quite use a small boat in the deep blue.
No, I'm talking about we go back to the bay area.
The port.
We drop the small boat. You stay on this big boat. Me and Kaz. We go there. We bring back horse meat on the small boat.
No, that the horse won't fit on the small
Also
boat.
not gonna work, mate. You ain't very familiar with the ocean, are you?
No.
Or maybe you should leave the thinking to the sailors, and you do the thinking when it comes to splitting something in two.
I can do that.
Hey, see? That's how we figure things out, right?
I'll even keep Smavros with me. And I have some heavy lifting to do. I may need Smavros's expertise.
I feel like he might get you killed.
I will not get Smavros.
You're the only person I can depend on, aside you, Barry, of course, on the ship.
I've done nothing wrong. I am of the utmost dependable.
Alright, I'm gonna head to the, what's the actual term for it?
The helm?
Yeah, the wheel?
Yeah, the helm of the ship.
The helm. I'm gonna head to that. We'll just head back. This has to be clean as possible. Smavros, you can't bring the horse back with you.
What do you mean I can't bring the horse back
How do
with me?
you can't bring the horse back?
You
with
can
you.
stand right here on the deck.
The only way he's coming back is in pieces in your bag.
Why can't he come onto the deck?
Maybe this will be a valuable life lesson for Smavros. Let's let the horse stand on the deck. Maybe
Who's gonna clean the horse shit? every day. I'm not.
I
doing
will
that.
We
clean
might not have
the
to worry
horse
about
shit.
that. Maybe we might just have one really good storm and not have to worry about that, Jezebel.
Horses don't tend to do too well on the top of a deck, especially when it's, going back and forth there, mate. Barry's just dying. He's just laughing to himself at Smallross's ridiculous claims.
Hey, wait, let's let him bring the horse along. Let him learn a valuable life.
All right, I'm not having anything to do with it.
Hey, what about, the Wizard Tower, right? It's, Jez, remember that, remember the job where, you and Shiv had to go get those rhinos?
Don't say his name in front of me.
Alright, remember when you and you-know-who had to go do the job where you got the rhinos, and there was that rich one from Centaurian who wanted them, and we couldn't get them on the ship, because they're rhinos, right?
Get on with it, Barry.
We went to the Wizard's Tower, and they have a spell. They can shrink things down. And that way, they were able to shrink the rhinos down.
This is a lot of fucking work for a horse.
Horse meat can be shrunk down.
If I have to be honest, I have to go to the tower anyway to run an errand. So I'll bring Smallross. We'll find the shrinking spell, and we will be on our way.
I like this plan.
What about this one?
I don't think Lavender needs anything.
You can stay in the boat with me,
I need
Barry?
a lot of things.
You don't look like you need a lot of
All right,
things.
well, you ladies talk
People
it out.
need a lot
I'm
of
gonna
things,
go.
Kaz.
You
Sorry,
wear
I
no
know it.
clothes.
Do you not see what I'm wearing? I'm wearing a tiger.
You notice that Fulner the entire time has been sitting up on deck with a journal in his hand, flipped open. You notice has a quill that he has been writing in the notebook with. Kind of brings his head up. Hey, Kaz,
Yes, Valna.
what's the word for drider?
For Dryder.
Drider, is there a pronunciation about it?
Well, you tell me, Bard.
I'm just making sure I'm getting my alphabetical pronouns correct.
Pronouns right. Okay, well, tell you what. It's Dryder. There's no
So
fancy...
just D-R-R-D-E-R.
Yes, you go ahead and sound it out and spell it.
Alright, that's right.
Okay. We're gonna go ashore. He's gonna get his horse. We'll shrink the horse. We'll bring it on board, and then we'll be on our merry way.
I'm not even there anymore. I walked off. I'm going to the helm.
I like the plan.
Okay. All right. Lavender, you can come too if you need anything.
Okay, thank you.
Captain Jezebel, are you steering the ship back to Ravenscraig?
Yes.
Okay.
I want to go up to her.
Okay.
I didn't want to say this in front of everybody. So I think it's good that you're going back. I know that you don't like your mom, but I would really like. I watched my mom get killed.
Oh, where's Barry? Is Barry around? Barry.
As Barry comes, as Barry's walking up, he's kind of just chuckling to himself, looking back towards Kaz, and just goes like, "Yeah, maybe he learned to stand in the crow's nest during a lightning storm too."
Grabbing him by the arm and putting his hands on the helm. Hold that. What now?
I wish I would have known. Like, I'm sure they would have liked to have known that gnolls were coming, so they would not have died. It'd probably be best to tell them that the horse people are coming.
Did you like your mom?
Yes, I liked my mom very much.
So that's why you miss her,
Yes.
right? I wouldn't miss mine.
She's not gone yet.
Here's the thing. I'm gonna stay on the big boat. All right. I'm gonna stay here while you guys do your business. If you decide you want to tell all the assholes back at Ravenscraig they're about to be murdered, go ahead. I don't care.
Can I roll persuasion on her? I want to roll persuasion on her.
You sure can. I'll give you an advantage if you I'll tell you what. Try to persuade her right now, and I'll tell you at the end of your persuasion if I'll give you advantage or not.
Look, Jezebel, I know that I've been very quiet. When I was there with you, when you were really mean to your mom, I don't know everything that happened, but when I was gone, the only thing that I wanted to do was come back to my parents, and I came back and found out, unfortunately with you guys, that my dad, the only person that they had left, is dead. Your mom is not gone yet. There is a chance that you could fix things. I don't know what happened, but I think that'd be really good for you, because you seem to be kind of angry a lot. And I just think that would be really good.
Go ahead. Can you give me a go ahead and give me advantage on your persuasion check there.
Angry a lot.
But there's I think that's just a straight 16.
Okay. Go ahead and give me an insight roll, Jez. Now, typically my rule on persuasion when it comes to PC player characters, I will never force her to agree with your terminology, but if you beat her, I'll let her...
8.
Okay. So this is how it works. You can still decide to deny him. You're not forced to agree with him.
Mm-hmm.
But something about Labenday's words is maybe it's his fey-like, childlike charm. You can see almost this glee of positivity in his eyes. There's a twinkle of hope, and it's a twinkle that you have lost a lot from. You haven't had that twinkle in a very long time. It is a little painful to see in another person, and even though it may not change your mind, Labenday's words feel heartfelt, and they come from a place of honesty.
You don't have to listen to me, but that's just my opinion.
I'll tell you what. I like you. I'll think about it on the way there.
Thanks. I'm just gonna kind of scurry off.
Barry, am I always angry?
Alright, well, am I going to get hit if I answer that honestly?
I don't know. Depends on how I'm feeling.
Yeah, you're kind of always angry. All the time. If you're not angry, usually scheming.
I'm alright with that. I'll take the wheel back.
Kaz, you make your way from the deck of the ship, looking off towards the cave that you just left. Could you please give me an insight check?
Okay. Let's take a look here. Inside is going to be a flat roll.
What the hell?
3.
That's a 3. Okay.
That was the weirdest roll I've ever seen.
So, as you sit there,
Oh shit.
and you look towards the cave that you just left,
Took me a second to
you
read
have
the sheet.
a lot of questions running through your mind on who Echo is, what this news means. You notice towards the cave, you can see a small, dim light. Just past the rocks, heading south from the location where you're at. You can see that it's a very small vessel, sticking close to the shore. You could only assume that this is Echo, leaving the location on the rowboat that you guys saw when you left the cave. You turn, and as you go to leave, you feel a crumple in your vest.
Like paper?
Like paper.
I
Something that doesn't feel like it belongs there.
reach in and I pull it out.
As you reach in, you pull it out. You look at the paper, and it is written in the native tongue of the Drow. Now, is this something that you can speak? Can you read and speak this?
It says Elvish.
So, Elvish and Drow are different.
I mean, I would assume so. I just don't think it would let me pick it.
Pick it. Okay.
Is it like a Portuguese,
Like,
Spanish
'cause
kind of
it's-
difference?
Because the race is still considered an elf.
It's still considered elf.
Yeah.
I think they generalized all the languages into one. But for the sake of this world, for your character creation, would you have wanted to choose Drow over Elven?
Oh, yes. I grew up raised by my parents.
Okay,
Yes.
so you can read this letter, no problem.
Okay, I'll begin reading it.
You can tell that it is a handwritten note, and you can only assume who the writer is. You can assume that it is Echo, who just left your presence. And it starts off rather snide, slightly cynical. You're good, but you're not as good as you think. I may only be half drow, but I've spent more time in the Underdark than you've been alone. You even know of. The letter continues on, discussing his plans with his father. Almost incoherent babble. Seems like it might be code, possibly. The next 3 sentences don't make sense. You put them together and they're not... they don't form actual legitimate sentences. But the ending paragraph. If you're curious and you want to know more what you're going to play in this, meet me at Ravensgrin tomorrow night. If you can decipher the code, you'll know where. Hope to see you. Akora Fane, second boy of House Avery Mator. Those words, the final words of the note, they hit you like a dagger to your heart. Not only have you not heard or read that name in a very long time, but you are a drow. Drows do not remember things like humans. Humans can experience great pain and tragedy, and as they grow older, they will forget them. Things get fuzzy, memories get lost, time escapes them. Not for an elf. Elves remember everything. Details are strong to them. A simple morning's day is a photographic implant on who they are. You remember your mother calling your name. You remember hearing your father's words. Even though those were many years ago, many decades ago. The pain still is fresh.
Is there anything I can roll to try to decipher the code on the letter?
Sure. I'll let you go ahead and give me a intelligence roll.
Okay.
If you can go ahead and just give me an intelligence save.
Intelligence save.
Basically, just to give me an intelligence roll.
Gotcha. Oh.
I need you to beat an 18.
I believe in you.
Wow. Okay, I guess a 9.
It's a 9?
Yeah.
Okay. It may be that you're just taken back from the impact of the note. Maybe you need to let your mind clear before you tackle this again. But right now, you're not in the best headspace to try to decipher the 3 sentences that are in the note.
Okay. Well, I will fold it up and slide it right back into my vest. Actually, I'll put it in my coat pocket, so keep forgetting I have that on. Well, I'm going to... Is Small Ross nearby?
What is Small Ross doing?
Small Ross would be checking out the gears and the sails to try to figure out how...
You say gears?
The gears, yeah.
You mean pulleys?
The pulleys and the anchor droppage thing. All of this to try to understand.
The anchor wheel?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, you notice that Smallvross seems to be walking around the room, the deck of the ship. He seems to be almost caught like a child viewing a a statue or a wagon or something they've never seen before. Just this, almost as though his brain's trying to figure out the purpose and the meaning of each thing that's constructed to bring this ship together.
So, Smallbrass, you look rather curious.
Yeah.
You're still trying to figure out how it all works?
Makes no sense to me. Is it magic?
It's not magic, but I can teach you, if you like.
Excellent. Yes, train me.
I'll train you.
What is this?
That is a sail.
But this thing, what is this?
You're pointing to a sail.
Yeah, but the rope thing, what is that?
The hoist?
Yes.
Okay.
Hoist.
Hoist.
Yes. What is its purpose?
And as Kaz and Smallvross start to go back and forth on the definitions and the meanings of certain things on the ship, go ahead and you give me another... actually, go ahead and give me a intelligence.
Okay.
And I'll go ahead and let you give me a wisdom or intelligence, whichever one you want.
Wisdom.
Okay.
Okay, got 11. No, sorry, 12.
4.
4. Okay.
Yeah.
Kaz, you are explaining things rather well to him. You're using very textbook explanations of how things work on the ship. Smallvross, Orcish people don't have ships. They're not a naval race. The ocean is considered a place for food and that's about it.
Yeah.
You don't really ever see orcs using the ocean for much else. However, you don't really pick up anything else.
All right.
On what Kaz is telling you.
I think I understand.
Okay. We've established you know what a hoist is.
Yeah.
So, Smallfrost, we could make this a nightly thing. We have ways to travel, it seems. And if you were ever to complete your trip to Finalia, you would need to know how to operate a ship.
Right.
I might need your expertise when we go back ashore.
We're fine. That's just the encoding preview error. It happens.
So, when we go back ashore, I may need your expertise to take care of an individual that's wrong.
Kill him?
You could say that, yes. This individual is well, he got Arthur killed.
Oh.
He also got his apprentice killed. And I do believe that this individual should see justice.
You will teach me how to make this run.
Yes.
And all I have to do is kill someone.
Yes, help me kill somebody.
You have a deal.
Alright. You may have to aim a little low. He's kind of short.
Alright.
Fulner, that particular phrase just caught your ear, even though you've been writing about the adventures that you would just have experience within the cave. You quickly snap your journal close and bring your ears and your attention towards the conversation of Kaz Smallvross.
What can you tell me about this person I will battle?
Well, he's it's a diminutive race. He knows magic. So
Magic?
Yes, so you may have to silence him rather quickly.
Alright.
But once we're on the shore, we can take care of him and, well, dispose of the body.
Okay. But then we go get horse meat.
we go get horse meat.
Well, clearly you're not talking about me, since I'm not.
It wasn't Faulkner.
Or diminutive.
I'm not killing
person.
Faulkner.
Oh, no, it's not Faulkner.
Alright. I agreed to that really fast without checking. I'm glad.
Makes two of us?
What if we had Faulkner help us?
I would rather not.
You help killing somebody.
No.
Is that what you're saying?
You almost killed us last time you tried to
Who
help.
better to kill somebody?
No, you can stay on the ship.
Okay.
Hopefully you don't burn that down.
Tell you what, I can make it look like an accident, as I almost killed us as an accident.
A lot of the things you do is an accident, Faulkner.
But
I'll take that as a compliment.
everything we've done with Faulkner, we've made it out.
With you two almost dead.
I cannot die. Tempest will forever protect me.
Well,
It's true. Tempest has been healing the fuck out of him lately.
And he made me gigantic.
He has been doing that.
that is why I'm bringing Small Frost with me. All I need is Small Frost.
I feel like if I'm not there, though, those things might not come as... I'm like a conduit for goals.
Okay, if you want a job, because it sounds like you want to be involved, you can go with Lavender and do whatever he apparently needs.
What does he need?
I don't know. For a man that goes around with nothing, apparently needs something.
Maybe he needs a shirt?
He's wearing a belt that he pointed out to me. So
What if he fetches horse meat for us?
he can't get on top of horse meat.
Huh?
I can get on top of horse meat. I've done it before.
No, for one, horse meat would probably get scared because he thinks you're a small animal and run away, and then we lose horse meat
small.
forever.
Horse meat is brave.
Horse meat is probably brave, so he might trample you. There might be that too.
Are
Horse
they
meat.
bickering on like the deck?
Yeah, they're bickering.
Can I
on the
hear
deck.
this?
Yeah, you can. Are you steering the ship?
Yeah.
Yeah. Barry's just been dealing with the rudders, making sure that the sails are working properly. Barry's basically operating the ship at the time. And Lavender is, I'm assuming, still just up gazing off into the stars.
Yeah, we'll say that.
Okay.
And before I forget, I have 20 of those eggs in my pouch. We should get rid of.
We should, because that is just free money just sitting in your pouch.
There was a gentleman who, or that person who was offering gold for those at the
Right.
tavern.
How much was it again? It was like 200 gold a piece or something.
I think you doubled that. I think
It's
it was 100
golden egg.
I'm pretty sure it was 20 or 200.
Okay. Well, we have several things to do. If you want to try to assist Lavender, make sure that he gets everything he needs. Fauna, you can do that.
Are you sure you don't want me to help you kill somebody?
I have Small Frost. Small Frost is proven, and that's the one thing he's really good at.
Is it better to have me, and not need me, than need me and not have me?
No, I don't want to run the risk.
The risk of killing somebody. Okay. That makes sense. Yeah, let's go, Lavender. I'll help you pick out the shit.
That's what we're gonna do.
Is that really what we're doing? I'm so good.
Falder stomps off towards Lavender. As you approach Lavender, you notice that Lavender's just kind of been staring up at the sky. Lavender's well, you know this, he's a unique individual.
Yeah.
He seems to be quite out of his element most times. Sometimes he seems to be lost in thought. Sometimes he feels like he's not even on the same plane of existence as you. Notice as you approach him, you see what looks like fireflies. They seem to be stuck in his hair. You see first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you see 6 or 7 fireflies just starting to pulsate and glow and burn brightly within his
Is it dark?
auburn hair. Yeah, it's nighttime.
You know, you got some insects in your hair.
You know, sometimes the thing happens. Hey, come here real quick. Be really quiet. Come closer.
Oh.
Don't look at me like that.
Maybe Lavender should go with you to kill somebody.
No.
as he bends,
Shh, Fulner, come here. Shh.
as Lavende bends down towards you, you notice that the fireflies begin to exit his hair. You watch them sort of fly out, hover around his head. They seem to go back into his hair. They don't disperse. You start to realize you're adept enough in the arcane arts that this isn't normal. This isn't a natural phenomenon. He doesn't actually have fireflies in his hair. There's something unusual happening. And as you get closer towards him, you start to smell that Lavender smells like cinnamon and warm lavender, like a fresh spring just bloomed. You start to have this strange sensation of your skin almost feeling an electrical charge, like a snap to it. It's almost like a bite. At first it's a little alarming, and then you kind of pull yourself back. You step closer towards Lavender as Lavender begins to say his words. You see him in a completely different light.
As I'm talking, I'm gonna put my, I get down and I'm gonna put my arm around him and, pull him in close. So, you guys are being really loud down there. Do you really want, I'm not gonna go buy a shirt. Do you want to go to the Wizard Tower? Do you want to follow them?
Yes.
That's
Also, when'd you find time to take a bath?
That's just how I smell.
Just
You look at him, he looks dirty as fuck. Like, he's covered in grime. He just came out of that cave. He's covered in wet mud and seawater.
do you still have your cloak on?
Mm-hmm.
And she was just also dirty.
I'm looking through his cloak. Do you have anything in here that smells real good or something? What's going on?
No, I don't. Weren't you looking for spices?
No, I have spices.
Oh, you got spices now?
I have plenty
Congratulations.
of spices.
But keep it our secret. Shh. We're gonna go follow them. Remember that.
I know.
That's what we're gonna do.
You
Don't
look,
be loud.
you look behind Lavender. Give me a perception check. Follow me.
Oh.
Oh God.
Went from natural 1 to natural 20.
Did you roll a natural 1 and a natural 20 right away?
Yeah.
That's...
Impressive.
Wow.
You need to always
indicator
only
for
play
you.
a halfling.
I'm only going to ever play a halfling.
Okay, you catch this impeccably. Your eye shifts to it immediately as you see this, mainly because of the extreme difference in height. You being a shorter race and being accustomed to being around humans that are much taller, and whenever a human drops down to your height, bends down towards you, some halflings take it as an insult, as though you're a child or they're speaking to a child. But you can understand that Lavender is doing it more out of secrecy, trying to speak to you directly to your ear. But you notice the moonlight on your back, the same moon that Lavender was staring up at, is casting this blue silhouette like a shadowy veil over your back, draping, covering and basking your back, casting over onto Lavender. You see his shadow spreading behind him, and you see it also brushing over Captain Jezebel. Seems to be deep in thought steering the vessel. But you notice the one thing very interesting is that Lavender's shadow standing straight up. Even though he's bent over, you notice that his shadow's not just standing,
It's not cast on the floor. It's standing straight up.
It's casted on the floor, but you can see it's an image of someone standing.
Oh,
And
okay. I see.
as you stare, you notice it goes from standing to, as he speaks of this scheme to follow Smavros and Cass to the Wizard Tower, it starts to rub its hands together and starts to dance. Just wildly dance and starts to frolic around and do multiple spins of just joy and content.
Kill it.
I think we were down in that cave way too long.
And there, the ship begins to move a few hours before you guys finally approach and see the lights of Ravensgrey. Jez, bringing the ship in. Are you going to go up to the docks, or were you going to do the plan where you were to drop anchor out in the bay and have the party rowboat in?
Going to very reluctantly pull up the dock.
Okay. You hear Barry giving the call-outs. Nice and easy, nice and easy. All right, like a glove. As the ship brings up to the dock, slows as the anchor drops into the water, the splash as you feel the inertia rock the ship. Barry moves forward and starts to release the plank down onto the dock. The ship is properly anchored. Jez, could you go ahead and give me a perception check, please?
Wow, I'm off to a good start. 8.
You recognize a ship that is docked at the pier just 3 ships down. Mm-hmm. You recognize this ship because it is a pirate ship.
Which one?
It's not Gallows End. It's actually the Cat's Eye. The ship, you know, belongs to Jethro, the Tiger of Cetarian. He is considered to be one of the most notorious pirates of the Cetarian Sea. In fact, Kaz, you can give me a perception check as well for this.
What did you say his name was?
Jethro. They call him Jethro, the Tiger of Cetaria.
Okay, so perception check. 17.
Yeah, you spot it easily. You see the ship, and you've never had any personal problems. Jethro, for a pirate, has what a lot of pirates consider a big weakness. He has a code of conduct. He typically doesn't attack ships that are unmanned, firearms-wise. He is not an opportunist. He tends to attack ships that are filled to the brim with either kingdom bounty or things belonging to extremely wealthy merchants. I wouldn't say he's a complete Robin Hood, but he does tend to move his direction in that favor. He tends to rob extremely rich, wealthy, or corrupt politicians and merchants. But he is from the country of Cetaria, within Dreamorden, to the south. It's a land within the Sierra, or it's within a desert-like Sierra climate. Neither of you have ever been to the heart of the Cetarian Empire, but it is rumored to be quite glorious and quite powerful. You've actually met Jethro on multiple occasions. He is quite fond of you, friend-wise.
So, once we dock, I'm going to grab Smavros real quick and get going.
Lead the way.
Okay, so we should do a couple things as far as drop off the eggs, get horse meat, and then we'll go to the tower.
Wait, is the individual we're killing in the tower?
Yes.
This isn't the same individual who was supposed to shrink horse meat.
We'll have him shrink horse meat, and then we'll kill him.
Fair enough.
Okay. Alright. Well, we'll start.
Alright. Smallross and Kaz move their way through the streets after they leave the pier. Fulner and Lavende, I believe, are going to be pursuing quietly.
Yes. I'm gonna, as soon as they start walking off, I'm going to look at Fulner and just like with a grin.
Okay. I'd like both of you to give me a stealth roll. I'll go ahead and give Lavende advantage on this.
Sorry, I gotta get to it. Ooh. 24.
21.
Alright. We're going to give perception checks for both Kaz and Smallross.
Okay. So.
I won't give you guys disadvantage because both of you guys have dark vision.
13.
Okay.
That is a 19 plus 3. 22.
22. Okay. So, as you are all walking, Smallross, you do not believe that you are being pursued or followed. You're
I'm excited to see horse meat.
having a wonderful stroll through the city at this quiet night. However, you do notice one thing, and Kaz, you notice it as well. The city is very empty. Seems to be a lack of people. When you left earlier today, there was a good amount of people here. Now it's much more still, much more quiet. You still see people, you still see lights on in buildings, but not as many as there should be.
And it's pretty noticeable.
Kaz notices it first, and it seems odd to you. After probably about 3 or 4 minutes, then it starts to become more obvious to you as well. You just arrive towards Horsemeat.
Back at her parents' estate, or her mother's estate.
Is that where you left Horsemeat?
Yep, that's where we left him.
Okay.
Or maybe.
So I'd say before you even got to Horsemeat, then you come across the estate gates, and the gate is shut and locked. You also notice that the manor is completely dark, no lights on inside.
But it's horse meat and the carriage. See?
You see the carriage, you do not see Horsemeat.
Horse meat's not there?
Horsemeat is not there.
Oh no.
Is everything okay?
Where is horse meat?
Is he not there?
What happened?
No, I left him here with the car.
Okay, well, he should be around here somewhere.
Do you think they took him in?
I'm not entirely too sure. Let's find out.
Alright. I'm gonna push on the gate. So
It's locked.
How locked?
There's a metal mechanism that it seems to flip over, and there is a metal bar that's pulled through the 2 holes, and then there is what looks like a padlock.
Does it look like this padlock can be picked by like thief tools?
Yeah,
fixed when
it's
you
definitely
like
something that
refresh
you
the
could
page?
pick.
For like a second.
Okay, I'm gonna pick
It's
it.
locked.
By itself?
Hold on. I got a 19.
Okay. With your expertise, this pick
Sorry, I'm 17.
17. Okay, I'd say yeah. With your ability and your tools, this lock doesn't seem to give you too much trouble. You end up picking the padlock, comes undone, it falls to the dirt, and you lift the metal grate, push the gate open. It creaks, you move in onto the property.
Okay, let's go get your pet and let's get going.
Alright.
Falner and Lavende, you guys just saw what just transpired, and they moved into the courtyard of the Savant Estate. However, the Savant Estate, unlike the city streets behind you, it doesn't really provide a lot of cover here. You can either wait for them to move up out of view, or you can try to risk it and follow them, but if they turn around, you're in plain sight. You both know that they can see in the dark.
And we've noticed at this point, too, that it's weird that everything's kind of quiet.
I'd say for you, no. It's not.
I guess,
it's not weird for you. Falner, you're getting creeped. You have a creeped out vibe.
Right. What's wrong with this town?
So I think they're getting horse meat first. This is where we left him, right? When you decided to try to jump on my back and I kicked you?
I don't remember that.
I do.
It's not how I remember it.
That's what happened.
I remember you jumping on his back without any problem.
Oh no, I didn't kick you. I pushed you over.
No.
That's what I did. So do you want to try to get closer?
Oh, let's wait till they're out of view so they don't see us while we're approaching.
Okay. Alright, then we'll just kind of... Because we can get up to the gate and then kind of
You
like...
can use the gate for cover.
Yeah, let's use the gate for cover.
So you guys want to wait until they either go into that building or move around the building?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You guys approach. You come up to the estate. You notice the door is closed. There's appears to be no light or flame being produced from the inside. You don't see anything illumination. You do hear the sound of animals and horses from the stables off to the left, though.
Okay. Well,
I hear something over there.
well, see if horse meat's over there. I'll wait for you.
Alright. I'm gonna jog over there.
You jog over the stables.
Yeah.
As you go over the stables, you notice that there seems to be 5 corrals. They are all empty, besides for one corral. It seems to be horse meat.
It's horse meat?
It is horse meat. And horse meat, someone must have put horse meat into the corral. Probably to keep the horse from moving or pulling the wagon away, since it wasn't, it was just left on the wagon. It wasn't left...
No, they had a separate horse for the wagon.
Or horse meat was just left out front, though, correct?
Yeah, it's tied off.
Yeah, that's right. So they moved it to the
stables.
The stables.
Excellent. I'm gonna walk up to horse meat and be like, "Oh, horse meat, I've missed you so."
Horse meat seems to give you a comforting, kind of like it's like almost relieved to see you. Yet, as you start to pet it, you realize its anxieties doesn't seem to dissipate. You can tell that the horse seems to be unnerved by something. Something seems to be bothering it. You're no ranger, and you don't have the heart of one, but it doesn't take a woodsman to realize that this horse is spooked.
Alright, I'm gonna leave horse meat where she is. I'm gonna go back to Kaz.
Okay. Kaz, were you going to stay there, or were you going to enter the building?
I was going to, so does it look like nothing's been happening on the car?
No. Cart looks like it was left.
Okay. Well, I'm waiting by the cart.
Alright, so if you waited by the cart, then it's just a few short minutes later, you notice that Smavros returns. Falner, Lavende, both of you are witnessing this. You see Smavros leave for a moment and then return to Kaz.
So, is your horse here?
Yes, horse meat is here.
Okay.
But I believe there is something here.
Okay.
Something is wrong.
Can you answer me this? Was there any other horses in the stable?
No.
We should get going.
But there's something here that is frightened horse meat.
I think something is coming, and that's a lot of centaurs that wants to burn this place down. I'm assuming the town heard about the raid and got the hell out of here.
You know the raid isn't for another week out. So the raid, for the centaurs to be here now, would be impossible. Or not impossible, but they would have to have a way to teleport instantly. from the travel and where they were at, from when you last left off, the people fleeing because of the Centaur raid seems unlikely at this moment.
Well,
let us talk to Jazz's mother and find out what exactly happened here.
the light's not on.
They may be sleeping. Let's wake them up.
Are you suspicious at this moment?
Yes.
Okay, you can go give me a perception check. And if you want to humor him, you can give me a perception check as well.
Sure.
17.
17.
Both of you getting
Weird.
17. Okay. As you both are sitting there kind of conversing and arguing about what to do and how things are going on, you notice that Small Ross kind of throws his hands up in a state of frustration. This is getting to be sort of another conundrum for him. As he turns and starts to walk down the steps, you realize he leaves footprints. But it's just off one foot. And you look down, you realize that looks like a thick red substance. It seems to be tracked on his foot. You look and you follow it back towards the door, and you realize just under the door frame seems to be a sanguine pool spilling out underneath the door.
Do we both notice this?
You don't notice it yet until you realize he's looking down, then you look down and see it.
Small Ross, hang on, stop. I think you're bleeding. Just hold still. And I want to crouch down and look at his foot.
You realize that it's on the outside of his boot. His boot seems to be fine, doesn't seem to have any damage. Looks as though he stepped
This
in
isn't
it.
my blood.
You definitely know it's blood. As soon as you bring it up to your nose, it's blood. It feels cold, too.
This is cold blood.
Okay. Well, under certain circumstances, I don't think that Jezebel will be mad when I do this. I'm gonna walk up to the door
Okay.
and going to try to pick it.
As you go to pick it, you realize that the tumblers are already turned. It's unlocked.
Okay. I'm going to roll stealth.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a stealth roll. Both of you guys, I would say at this moment, you guys can give me a perception check. But you'll see. I'll tell you what you can base off what you get with your perception
So
check.
I got a 14.
14.
If
Okay.
he's entering and trying to be sneaky, I'll try to do the same.
Okay. Go ahead and give me stealth as well.
7.
Oh, got a 1, natural 1, so 5.
Okay. Both of you are kind of confused on what they're doing. It doesn't seem to be like you can't quite figure it out. You're not sure why they're acting the way they are. Smallvra seemed to get upset for a moment and then calm down, and Kaz seems to be talking to him. Now Kaz is crouching down by the door. It's an unusual sight for sure, but you guys can't place why this is happening. Kaz, you turn the door. As you start to push the door open, you're immediately greeted by the quick thud of something on the other side of the door. You realize that the door won't open. As you push, it kind of has a little bit of give, but there's something on the other side of the door.
Okay. Small Ross,
Yeah,
I'm going to have you give this a little bit more of a forceful
no
shove.
problem. I'm gonna push it. Push it open. With as much strength as it takes.
As you go ahead and you push it, you feel something slide on the other side. And as the door opens and the moonlight cascades over you into the open doorway, you see what appears to be a streak of blood that was just made by the whatever slid on the other side of the door.
I'm going to... Does this spider cloak have a hood?
Yes.
I'm going to draw the hood over my head, and the second he gives me enough space to move through him, use cunning action, and I'm going to dash into the room and then take a hide action.
Okay. Before we do that, I need you to give me a will save.
We'll save, okay? That is...
What is happening?
Every one of this down is dead. 17.
17. As you take the hood, you pull the pull-off-wy over your head. You watch your vision go black. Smallbrows, you're standing there and you look towards Kaz. He sort of zones out for a moment. You watch his lavender eyes, just these bright, vibrant eyes that you can always see in the dark. They glow almost. You watch as his eyes sort of fill with black as they pool over and turn black. He kind of just sits there for a moment. Kaz, and your vision goes, you just hear this deep breath kind of pull over. You feel what these arachnid-like legs pull over your chest. And you can just have the sensation, like almost when you know something's right behind your neck. You see white hair flowing over your chest as the feeling and sensation of lips move across the lower part of your neck. Then teeth scraping against it. My drow, how I've missed you. Akorafe. And you come back, and you watch those black eyes disappear and those bright lavender eyes come back.
I'm going to pull the hood off like...
Are you alright? What happened to your eyes?
Don't worry about it. I'm just going to kind of stumble through the doorway and gather my surroundings.
You kind of walk through into the doorway, and as you do, you turn around and you look, trying to gather yourself from what happened, and you see legs protruding out in the open portion of the door. You follow the legs to what looks like a torso lying in a pool of now pushed aside blood from the door swinging open. Do you want to inspect it?
Yes.
Go ahead and give me an investigation.
Okay.
Small Ross, would you like to move in as
Yeah,
well?
I would move in too.
You can go ahead and give me an investigation as well.
At this point,
Lavende, I'm going to want you to give me an insight, and you can give me an insight as well. Okay.
That is a 7 on my investigation roll.
7?
I have an 18.
Okay.
15 for insight.
21 for insight.
Both of you are completely weirded out. You just got this sensation. Something just fills off. It's the hairs on the back of your neck just rise.
I think something's wrong.
I feel like it's time to move.
I think we should just join them.
As Kaz moves over towards the body, he kneels down and tries to gather himself to investigate, and you are just trembling. Your hands can barely keep them still. Smallvras, you notice this. You see that Kaz drops down to look at the body, and then just kind of seems to be... doesn't know what he's doing. He doesn't seem to be in the right place right now.
Reach over and grab him. Kaz,
Yeah.
maybe you should wait outside.
No, I'm
Get
just...
to the bottom of this.
It's just probably from... It's just, maybe I haven't recovered from the caves. I'm fine.
Do I see who it is?
You look towards the body, and you can tell that this is Riker. This looked like this was Lady Savant's spouse.
And is there any signs of him still being alive, or is he...
You can move over towards the body, and you see that the skin is pale. The blood is vast. It's a lot of blood. Judging from the wound, as you look towards the side, something damn near eviscerated him. From rib to rib, he was split. Looks like by some sort of small blade. Whatever this was, he didn't survive very long. He died relatively quickly after this.
Does it look like the blade markings that would be of those 3-pronged?
Yeah, so the Death Tongues use a very special spiral-shaped dagger. However, that spiral is designed for stabbing. It's not very effective at slicing. And this was definitely done by a slice. Whatever would have eviscerated this individual would have had to use a sharp, thick blade.
Are there any footsteps or anything in the blood or anything that we would be able to see that would...
No. Whoever did this, it must have been fast and quick. And this is going off of your investigation roll. So, other than that, you put your hand to his skin. He is cold. You're assuming that he must have died maybe minutes after you all departed for the cave. But that's your rough guess. It's not an exact time.
Okay.
Kaz, you seem to be recuperating. You're bringing yourself together. Could you go ahead and give me another will save? If you give me a 10 or more, I'll have you recuperate.
Oh, shit. Oh, there we go.
And it begins.
Yeah.
I got an 8.
Okay. You're still a little shaky. You can still act and do what you want, but I may give you disadvantage on certain things.
Okay. Alright.
We should find the lady of the house.
Okay.
Or any of the servants, see if anyone...
Can I bend down and look at his knuckles? Is he holding a weapon?
Yeah, you look towards his hands. There's no weapons. There's no defensive wounds. This was done with a quick, clean blow. Whoever did this, he knew them. Whoever did it, they didn't put up a fight, or he didn't put up a fight.
Okay.
And it's one wound. It's one strike.
Let's...
I'm gonna take my axe off.
Going to...
Faulkner and Lavende, you guys make your way up at this time.
I'm going to draw my rapier. Okay.
You
Ready
hear a
yourself.
very clear, very familiar psst.
It does sound familiar.
It sounds very familiar.
Oh.
It sounds like a very stubborn, friendly halfling. Oi!
Did
Does,
he follow us?
I'm just going to take my hand and place it on the door and just close it behind me, not even look.
Guys, I think that was fall.
It's the wind.
Oi!
guys, it's Lavender.
I know you guys are in there.
It's Lavender.
You guys can open the door. You guys just
I'm
saw
gonna-
him close it up.
I'm gonna open the door. Guys, let me in.
You open it. You can open it.
Okay.
So you open it up. Lavende seems to poke his way through.
There's something wrong with this stone.
I
Then
look down
Faulkner
at-
comes in shortly after.
I look at the blood. I look at the legs laying there in the doorway. I look back at them.
Was this the guy you guys wanted to kill?
This was Riker.
This is who you guys
This
killed?
was Lady Savance.
You did a really quick job.
No, it was a small creature that does magic.
Oh yeah, that's
Something
right.
Yeah.
We still have to kill him.
has spooked horse meat.
There's like
Killed Riker. We owe it to Jess to find out if her mother's still alive.
Just shut up and just follow us.
Alright. Take out my club.
Okay, so I'm going to... Alright.
Do you have any leads? Any like footsteps? There's a lot of blood.
I'm gonna go upstairs.
I'm gonna 15 on a stealth roll.
Okay, so Kaz begins to move quietly, stealthily. Where are you heading?
I'm going to head up the stairs and go to the room that I remember Jez and her mother having a conversation.
Okay, and where's Smallross, Lavende, and Faulkner going?
You guys go with him, so I'm gonna just...
So give me a stealth roll.
Alright.
Can I go ahead and be shaped into a mastiff?
That's not bad.
Sure can.
I'm going to try to... Is there any kind of scent anywhere?
Okay.
That's kind of what I'm trying to
So
do.
you're what are you trying to smell? Because
Just-
typically how you track with a dog, you have a smell,
Yeah. If there's
introduced
anything on
first,
him,
and then you would follow that.
or if there's anything on his body. I mean, clearly Kaz is spooked, so
Okay.
I want to see if I can roll if there's like some sort of trail.
What are you trying to smell on him?
Just anything that is not normal for him.
Okay, so anything that would be unusual for a human.
Just like an unusual smell.
Okay. And Small Ross, you're gonna follow Kaz?
I will go upstairs, bro. We'll probably
That's where Kaz
split
is going.
off in a different direction.
Okay, so you want to go in a different direction.
Yes.
Okay. Go ahead and give me, are you gonna go stealthily or are you just gonna storm through?
I would stealth while I was with him, but then kind of I want my presence to be known.
Okay, go
In
ahead.
case someone would be.
Go ahead and give me a stealth roll at first. While you're smelling the body, you don't pick up anything abnormal on him. Nothing smells unusual, besides for the fact that you can smell his own blood.
Yeah.
But you don't pick up a foreign scent, and you definitely don't pick up anything that is unusual on him. However, you do smell something in the room that is unusual. You stick your nose to the ground, you start following it. Kaz, you see, all of you actually see, Lavine turn into this mastiff, and he begins to move around and stick his nose to the ground and seems to be following something. You follow your way over to what looks like a rug that's laid out on the ground. The rug, over years of months of collecting dirt and dust, it traps a lot of scents and odors.
Mm-hmm.
Your nose just starts picking something out. It's a strange smell. It's like a clay, that type of dirt. You sniff a little bit more and you realize that, yeah, you can pick up a trail. It's a scent. It's gone over this rug many times. Sometimes it's gone over once or twice. You can see that there's like a timeline of smell, almost, where this has become a repeating thing. However, what's interesting about this is this smell, this clay. Go ahead and give me a knowledge nature roll, please.
18.
18. You know that this clay is only found within a certain portion of this mountain range. In fact, the reason why this clay exists is because there's dormant volcanoes that used to run along the mountain range here. They've been inactive. They haven't erupted in thousands of years. But there's a particular clay that's there because of the ash that once layered the ground.
It's like it's an ashy clay kind of thing.
Ashy clay, which is only found in the mountain ranges to the north. It's many miles away from here.
And it's only on this rug. There's no like...
You pick it up on the tiles, but the tiles, they get cleaned more frequently and better. But just on this rug, you're able to really get it. And you can definitely tell that someone in this house had visited this clay or had this clay on their boots.
Was it the same boots that
You can't tell that,
Can't tell that. Okay.
but
I
you
didn't know
can
if
just
I could
tell
remember.
that someone must have been trekking it over.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and get out to that form.
Okay. Meanwhile, upstairs, Small Ross, you peeled off. And Kaz, you and Fulner seem to be making your way towards the room where Jezebel had the conversation with her mother. And that's when we're going to move back to the boat.
Oh my goodness.
What is Jez doing?
She'd be anxiously standing on top of the deck, just tapping away at the rail, just watching to see when they come back.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a perception roll, please.
Dude, this dice sucks. 11. Fuck you.
So, as you're sitting there, staring off at the city, you've noticed the lights being dim as well, which is very strange. However, it's not strange enough to cause alarm. It is just unusual to see this many dim lights or dark homes within the town. Now, not all of them are dark. There is quite a few homes that are well lit. But you'd say you could probably count about 30 to 40 homes that are just completely dark, which is strange because there's 30 to 40 homes in a city with this population. That is unusual. However, as you sit and ponder about this, you hear a slow and light rumble from behind you. A kind of like a light growl, like a cat's purr.
I'm going to spin around and pull my sword.
As you spin around, and do you pull your eldritch sword?
No, it doesn't be that flashy.
Okay. You pull your sword from your scabbard to meet and face whatever adversary is approaching you, and that's when you see this rather large, impressive, black-furred tiger. You notice that the eyes are piercing gold and has very light gray striping. The cat more or less is completely black, but you can slightly tell the different shades of darkness within the stripe patterns of the fur. You notice that the lion or the tiger stretching itself out kind of gives you this smug look as it kind of is showing you it got you.
Flat.
And it starts to polymorph back into shape. You see the humanoid figure begin to rise up, and you see Jethro standing there with his long tiger skin captain's coat. You see his onyx skin, and he has a gold tattoo that runs across his nose, all the way from cheek to cheek. Solid gold eyes. He has a gold nose ring that goes from a chain to his earlobe to his nose, and black dreadlocks pulled up into a ponytail.
You should have better than sneak up on you like that, Jethro.
As he opens his mouth and gives you a slight grin, you notice that multiple teeth are gold, specifically the two canines on the top and on the bottom. Hey, you made it too easy. It's been a while, hasn't it?
I'm gonna shake his hand.
Yeah, he is. He is a human. You know that the humans from Citaria, of that part of Dre Morden, they are of onyx skin. They are a darker skinned human race.
What brings you to Ravensgrin?
Well, you know, the Strand gets boring after a while. You want to venture out sometime, right?
How long have you been here?
Just showed up earlier tonight. Weird, isn't it?
Very.
It's a bunch of empty homes. Say, there's a lot of rumors running around about you and Shiv. Mind telling me?
No, not really. I'm not. You know, I'm really busy right now. Got a lot of stuff to do. So,
I heard he stabbed you in the back.
Yeah?
Judging from the scowl on your face, I'd say I'm correct.
You all really like to talk, don't you?
People seem to like my voice.
Yeah, we had a little bit of falling out. Just a little bit.
I'm sure Shiv will get what's coming to him. You always seem to find a way. You're a useful type.
So, do you happen to know why everyone's gone or not doing their normal rounds?
Ooh, touchy subject. Okay, I'll change the topic, don't worry. I don't know. I actually came here to resupply. You see, I've never gone to the icy lands of Skeldenheim. Personally, I hate the snow. I hate the cold. But I've got a pretty good idea of what I want up there. So it won't take me too long. Just stopping here, just for a little bit.
Say, you wouldn't happen to know where Shiv's been hanging around lately?
I've seen Shiv once or twice in the last year or so.
You heard anything else about him? Any other rumors?
Well, besides the fact that he's a warlock? I mean, I already knew that. Then again, so did
I don't
you.
know how you can't know that. All he does is flash that goddamn thing around all the time.
It's true. I heard he's gone missing because of that deal he's made. From what I've been told. Whatever thing that he decided to align himself with, well, it's not treating him too kindly. That or he's got a expiration date somehow. He seems to be moving awful fast trying to get his things in order. That and the fact that he just went south to the Strand.
An expiration date, huh? How long are you gonna be here?
Just for the night. I'm gonna set sail. Then again, if this whole thing in Skeldenheim doesn't pan out, then I'd rather move back to the nice warm climate.
Yeah, I don't see you being the snow type.
I'm really not.
Alright, Jethro, it was nice seeing you. If you don't mind, I have other things to do right now.
Alright, well, if you want to talk to me later tonight, I'll be over on my ship, or maybe if this boring place has something to do that's fun, I'll go check that out. Other than that, don't be a stranger. Although I hear that's what you like to be called now.
Nope, don't know what you're talking about.
Oh.
Absolutely don't know. I have no idea what you're talking about.
So I guess that's
Where are you hearing these things first? Where are you hearing all this? Who's telling you all these things? I want a name.
I hear things. Jazz? What's the matter? Cat got your tongue?
Lovely.
Alright. You know, as he turns around and you watch him turn into a tiger as he pounces off the upper deck down to the lower deck, make his way down to the dock. Back at the mansion. Kaz and Fulner, you make your way into the open den, the glass panes that look out into the front courtyard of the building. It's empty. No lights, signs of life, no bodies that you can see.
Okay. Gonna roll another investigation roll.
Okay.
That is a 6.
Alright, so pretty much you see what I've already said.
Okay.
Fulner, what are you doing?
No, I'm not gonna do that. I'll inspect the room, like, for any This room only have like one way to get in and out?
Where you're in the den?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna just look for anything out of place, maybe. Hopefully.
You can give me an investigation roll.
Yeah. Natural 22. It's a 22 altogether.
22. You don't see anything out of place. Looks just as the same as it was when you were here and Jezebel had that meeting. Both of you kind of feel like there isn't anything for you in this room.
Is there a window with moonlight coming through?
Yes, there is.
So I'm gonna walk by it as he's doing whatever he's doing. I'm gonna reach in my my coat. I'm gonna pull that note, and I'm going to try to calm myself and read again and see if there's anything that I'm missing, not understanding about this code.
Okay. Go ahead and give me another intelligence roll.
Okay, that's 12.
12. Again, you look at it. The moonlight isn't giving you anything, any new perspective on it. As you analyze it again, though, you do see that there is a reoccurring word in each sentence.
Okay.
You're starting to understand that maybe that word might be the first key to unlocking the rest of it.
What's the word?
Extend.
Extend. Okay. I'm gonna fold it back up in my coat. Alright. I'm gonna turn around and start exiting the room.
Okay. Small Ross,
Yes.
you've turned and split off from the group, charging down the room, the other hallway. What are you going
I'm
to do?
opening doors to see if anybody's in here. Then I'm shutting them and continuing until I find something.
Okay.
Or if something catches my eye.
All right, so you start opening doors and closing them, opening them and closing them, opening them and closing them. Before you finally... Just gotta make sure that this buffer goes away. This might be the first drop tonight. Okay. As you start to open the doors, you don't see anything out of the ordinary till you almost get down to the end of the hallway, and you sound what sounds like a muffled cry, like a.
Yeah, I'm gonna go towards that.
Okay. Lavine, you're downstairs, correct?
Yes, I am.
And what are you doing?
So the blood, was it just pulled out from his body?
Yeah.
Okay. Since everybody went upstairs, is there like a downstairs, like a basement that's inside?
Not that you know of, but you could look for one.
Can I go ahead and do that?
Sure. Go ahead and give me an investigation roll.
That is 16.
Okay. Smalbras, you come to the door where this muffled cry sound the strongest.
Alright.
You swing the door open.
Yes.
What you see is a blonde figure. He seems to be wearing a town's guard outfit. He's bound around his shoulders to his side. He seems to be disarmed, and he has a gag in his mouth.
I'm gonna go up and undo the gag.
As you undo the gag, who's here in the house?
What has happened?
You take a look at the guy. You realize that this looks very similar to the guy that talked to Jez when you first got to Raven's Grin.
The one that like had the hots for it?
Yes. Do you remember his name?
Yeah, I remember his name. You think I didn't draw his name out?
Draw
His name up.
Draw his
Hieroglyphics.
We'll just say, as we continue,
You are Prince Childer.
Oh boy.
wrong notes. All right, so
Kenjini Kao.
What?
okay. Anyways, he looks towards you. You want to untie me, or are you going to just sit there?
I'd be inclined to untie you. What has happened?
Well, one, I noticed some unusual things at the wizard's tower, so I went to go investigate it, and when I found the wizard dead, and I mean dead, he's been dead for weeks, which is not right because I saw him earlier today walking around. I came here to tell Lady Savant about it, and I found her gutting her husband in the entryway. She had a bunch of her goons grab me, but apparently I wasn't strong enough to fend them off, even though they were simple chambermaids.
No.
They had unholy strength. They tossed me aside like a rag doll, tied me up and threw me in here, said something about sacrifice for later. Then they all took off on their steeds. I heard the horses galloping away. Untie me.
Right. What did they use to gut the husband?
She, had a dagger. Thick sword.
Thick sword. Alright. You want to untie? We have a small party here.
Where's Jezebel?
She's on the ship.
Alright. I don't know where her mother went off to, but I remember them speaking about tonight and a constellation being in order. They're going to do something. We need to stop it. I'm not sure what's going on. I'm not sure what's going on. You notice that he looks around and they took my fucking weapon too. Do you have an extra sword or weapon that I can have?
No.
Alright. I'll have to return to my home. Are you here alone?
I think it is best you stay with us.
Well, I can't do very much without a fucking weapon.
You shall stay safe. I shall protect you.
I don't need protecting. I've sworn an oath to protect this town. I'm the captain of the guard.
Excellent. Well, then you shall protect it with your fists. Come now.
At this point, you guys upstairs, after leaving this room, you guys can hear the commotion. You hear Smallfrost speaking with somebody, and you can hear very agitated responses back towards him.
So making, not full sprint, but making haste.
I'll follow.
Right. You guys follow as well. And make your way over. Lavender, you finally find what looks like a door. It looks to be a large metal door, which is unusual for a basement. Seems to have locks on the outside. You can see the actual deadbolts on the outside of the door. Also weird.
Like, where I can, like...
Yeah, you could lock it to keep something from inside out.
Can I open it?
You sure can.
Family is weird.
You slide back a large metal.
Wait, is there like holes? Like, you know how sometimes you have a door, like, it's like a jail cell you can see into it? Is it just like metal door that I can't see
It's
through?
a metal door you cannot see on the other side. You could give me an investigation check or a perception check.
Can I knock?
You want to knock on it?
I'm gonna knock on it.
Open the door.
Alright. Knock on the door. And you hear your knuckles clank against the metal of the door. You don't hear a response back.
Oh, my childlike intrigue is really one. I want to open it.
Okay.
Oh, no.
You slide the deadbolt back.
Jumps out of him.
You grab the door and you pull it. It's heavy and it slides across the ground. You look down into the staircase that descends into the basement. It is pitch black.
Can I use produce flame
Sure can.
to cast some kind of light?
You produce the flame, and as you walk down the stairs, you notice the flame casting your shadow on the wall. Your shadow is walking, crouching, with its bow drawn, looking around. You descend down. Your feet touch the cool stone. They're wet. Cool liquid. You look down towards your feet. You see the pools of water, condensation. It's icy. An immediate sensation, like when you put your bare foot in snow.
Mm-hmm.
It's uncomfortable burning. As you walk forward, you notice there seems to be ice creeping up, caked on to the walls. Do you proceed?
Yes. Against my better judgment.
You push forward. You notice there seems to be large altars down here. You move your way up towards them, and they seem to be covered in a thick red stain. There seems to be iron shackles on the altars. It's large enough for a body, like though people were restrained to the stone and sacrificed for some unknown reason.
Is there any kind of like distinguishing marks that they're like who the altar is for?
They're rather mundane looking.
Okay.
Doesn't seem to be anything prized. However, as you make your way, you see 4 of them all together.
Okay.
4 altars, 2 on each side of the room. At the very end, you notice there looks like there's a wall that has a massive crack in it. At first you think that, and then you realize it's not a crack. It's a doorway. It's a secret wall.
Is there any kind of breeze coming from it?
Oh yeah, it's frigid too.
I'm going to go out, and I'm going to try to find these 3.
Alright, you want to leave?
Yes.
Okay.
At that point, I'm going to be like, I probably should go find them.
As you turn around and you start to go up the stairs, you have that sensation that runs up your back, like when you turn off the lights in the basement and you feel like something's right behind you, and as you start to go up the stairs, you hear that stone wall slam shut, and the flame of your produced flame goes out, and you find yourself in pure darkness, running up, seeing the light of the door before you get right next to it, and it...
Well, actually, no, I'm going to Misty Step up the door.
Okay.
I'm Misty Stepping. Yes, I'm Misty Stepping up the stairs.
So as you see it,
No farther.
bamf through,
Gotta go fast.
bamf through, and you watch the door
Oh, God.
close shut.
Bitch, no.
I still do that shit where I turn the light off and I'll just bolt up the stairs.
I can't do that. I live in a basement now.
Oh yeah.
You guys upstairs,
You're
as
one
you
with
made your
darkness.
way over towards Smallvross and Daramir, you hear this crash, something heavy downstairs. Daramir looks towards you. Okay, so you're not alone. What the fuck was that? Did you all hear that?
Is someone else here?
What are you doing here?
I just told your friend I was tied up. Giselle's mom is out of her goddamn mind. I don't know what she's doing or who she's involved with.
He's claiming Jezebel's mom is the one.
So I was about 80% sure around there. Maybe she could have done it. But, okay.
Wizard's dead too.
Alright. Anything else?
I need a weapon.
I reach into my bag of holding and I pull out that cleaver's longsword. I can hand it to me.
Thank you. That'll work.
I'm so sorry.
Wait, is this enchanted?
I know it's BS.
Yes.
BS.
You notice that his hand produces a soft light, like a glowing yellow aura. You see him kind of run his hand over the blade. Oh, that's a nasty attunement. Alright.
Something went bonk downstairs.
Yes, I heard that too.
Well, it's probably Llama Day, and I think I remember telling somebody on the ship that he had one job to do.
Lavende, as the door slammed now, you have that sensation of a young child
Yes.
who is
I'm
just
anxious.
terrified.
I'm just gonna be out there like biting my nails, like.
How far is the drop from first floor to second floor?
It's a single story. It's probably about 9 feet.
I'm gonna jump it.
That was a weird
The,
question.
the stairs are they're right next to you. You could just walk around the banister.
Yeah, I'm gonna jump it.
Okay. So
Yikes.
go ahead and give me an acrobatics check. And
That's what was weird. He was
the
asking how
energy I
high he
need.
was, though.
Does a 20 do it?
yeah, you vault the banister, and as you guys watch this, Smallross filled with furious rage and adrenaline crashes down, axe in hand, ready to smash an opponent that is not here.
Why?
Oh.
No.
Daramir just goes like, is he always like this?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm gonna run towards the sound.
You hear where you run towards where the loud noise was. Now you run and you see Lavende curled up, kind of up against the wall, staring at the door, like just chewing on his thumb.
I'm gonna get down to your level. Who did this to you?
I don't know, and I don't. You don't go in that door.
And
I'm
you
gonna
guys
point-
hear the rushing footsteps of the rest of the party coming down the stairs as they turn the corner and see Smavros and Lavende.
There's something really bad down there, Smallross.
I look what he's
Don't-
pointing to.
He's pointing towards what looks like a door to the basement, a cellar door.
What is it?
I don't know. It was really cold down there. It blew my flame out. There's like slabs with, I think it's blood down there.
Okay. And what compelled you to go down there?
You guys went up, so I went down.
I think we should go down there.
Daramir walks over towards it. Who puts a lock on the outside of a basement door?
Yeah, that's a no. No.
To keep something down there.
Okay.
It might be them.
It was really cold down there.
No, I already told you that they took off on their horses.
No.
That is if you're not
Okay.
part of this.
Everything you told him that was important. Tell me.
Alright, well, I came here because I found that the wizard, I found him dead. I went to the tower to interrogate him about why he lied to me about Arthur. And when I went to ask him, I found his body, except it was dead. Like 3 weeks dead. Which is insane because I saw him and spoke to him this morning.
Okay.
Which I also believe you spoke to him
Yes.
this morning.
Yes, he sent Arthur to die along with his apprentice in that cave.
Well, apparently whoever that was, it wasn't the Grand Master anyways. So I came here to inform Lady Savant about it, possibly open up an investigation. When I arrived, I caught Lady Savant in the act of gutting her spouse in the entryway. I drew my weapon and I went to apprehend her. And that's when she had her servants jump me. 3 chambermaids threw me across the room like I was a little boy. They disarmed me, and they threw me upstairs after they tied me up. Said something about saving me for later. Then they got on their horses, from what I could hear, and they took off somewhere. And judging from the sound of the direction that they were charging off to, I would say they went north, towards Kings Bay. At least the forest line.
Is that where the tower is?
The tower's here in the city.
No, okay, okay. Did they say anything else? Was any clues to what they're doing, or?
Lady Savant said something about tonight was the night. The constellation or stars were in order.
Okay, is there anywhere in that direction that there's a very clear way to see the sky?
Yeah, there's a platform on the volcano, the dormant volcano there. The druids used to use it. There's a scene circle.
Is this to the north?
Yeah, Kings Bay, to the north.
Okay.
Somebody's been here. Like, there's like a ash clay that's known for?
Yeah, that region's filled with it. Why?
I smelled that all over the rug out. I'm gonna be like getting up at this point. I smelled that all over the rug in the entry place. Somebody's been here.
Okay, so Small Ross?
So we're definitely not going in the door.
We're not going to the door. We are going to go to this. You said that it was on top of the mountain? Or
Volcano.
It's a dormant volcano. But
Okay.
I would have to disagree about not going down here.
There's
I
something
can't,
down
in all
there.
good conscience, just abandon someone if someone's down there and needs help.
There's like a door or something at the very end.
They kept me locked upstairs. What's to say they don't lock prisoners down there?
I think we should go downstairs.
Okay.
We're here. We might as well. And then we will go kill the volcano.
Wait.
Phone.
Oh my
What?
gosh.
What?
No, okay, fine. Fine. We're gonna go down there. We're gonna find another dead body. I don't care. Because you're just gonna obsess over it and not focus on what we need to do. Let's just go down there. Let's kill what's ever down there. Or save it. I don't care.
Then it's agreed. I'm gonna open the door.
As you open the door, you see the darkness down there.
Is it too dark for me to see?
No, you can see it clearly. However, you just see the staircase and the stone walls, and it's kind of got the half opening where you are. If you go down the stairs, the basement is majority of the basement's to the left. You'd have to move down the stairs a little bit more to actually see the whole room.
Alright, well, I'll move down the stairs.
Small for us. Please be
What?
careful. I don't know what's down there, and it was kind of scary.
Whatever it is, it's not as scary as me.
Okay.
And Tempest.
I think it is.
Okay. I'm gonna show him what you saw. That was so scary down there that there's a reason why we're in this predicament right now. Let's just get this over with.
Okay. Don't know why you're so angry.
I'm agitated.
I think that's just his natural state of being. It comes with age, I think.
Okay, let's.
Next time I tell you to do something like watch Lavender, why should you do
You
it?
asked me to watch Lavender.
Let the boy speak. What did you see?
It was like a door, like the wall was kind of open. Then it was like really cold, and I was going to leave to get you guys and bring you down because I don't know where it led. It was open, and when I turned, it like I started making my way, and it like slammed shut behind me. Like I could hear it, like the wall move, and then the door tried closing. I didn't close the door. The door closed on its own.
Tread carefully, small Ross. Let's go.
Alright, I'm gonna lead the charge down to the bottom of the stairs.
I'm going
As
to
that Daramir follows down with him, and as you guys break the plane and you turn to the left, you guys see a normal fucking basement with just a bunch of rubbish and storage and supplies.
I'm going to go down,
It's not the scene that you saw.
Telling stories.
and I'm gonna go up to like the wall and be like, "This is not what I saw. This is not what I saw."
Oh look! Get the killing, Small Ross.
Do I
Something
feel
is
any
wrong.
breezes?
I think there's a rat over there. Oh, okay. Can we please go to that
Smell any scents
Oh.
that would
volcano?
be like something's fishy.
Okay.
No,
Just
it
an
seems like a
empty
normal
room?
basement.
Right.
You could roll investigation if you like.
Just an
Roll
empty room?
investigation.
It's not empty. It's filled with, like, old furniture. Stuff's covered with tarps. There's some, looks like some old empty wine barrels. You actually can hear some rats skittering around.
15.
15?
Yes.
Yeah, you seems like a normal basement.
Well, so doesn't it make sense that they have locks on the outside of the door for
And I
just a
couldn't
regular
s-
basement?
I couldn't slam that door shut like that. It's really heavy.
Okay, so, all right. I
know what I
got
saw.
questions that can only be answered by Jezebel's psychopathic killer mother. So let's go find
Do you
her.
think this place is haunted?
Whatever was down here, fleed.
Why can no one else in this party focus? Let's just go to the volcano.
I agree. We shall go to the volcano.
You all seem to be scatterbrained. I'm gonna go to the ship. I'm gonna go find Giselle.
I'll bet you are.
I don't know if we should. He is in the house where we found a dead body, and we're going off his word. I don't know if it's smart to let him go off on his own.
You don't trust me?
You think he?
I don't know you.
You think he tied himself up?
Okay.
Maybe.
Okay. All right. Fine. He has a point. If in the possibility that we might kill Giselle's mother, she might want to do it. So let's go get Giselle, and
Whoa, hold on. I didn't say anything about not going straight to the volcano.
Daramir turns and starts heading up the stairs.
I think someone should go with Daramir to make sure
No, it doesn't try killing Giselle.
we're just trying to kill
Okay.
Now everyone's calling her that. Great.
okay.
Beautiful.
Fauna would go with. I forgot his name already.
I will go because I don't want you to
Darby.
yell at me again.
Oh, will you listen this time?
I'll listen to every word you say.
Okay, so if we come back and the captain's dead, it's your fault.
Alright. My fault.
Lavender,
Faulkner, just do
you
your best.
you want to come with us?
I always do my best.
Are you gonna yell at me still?
He's just
I know what
yelling
I
at
saw,
people.
Cass. Something's not right.
People skills are not something easily learned.
Okay, you.
I shall show you as you show me the boat.
Kaz, why don't you give me a wisdom save? Give me a party check.
This is a Memphis roll?
Give me a party roll.
17.
17. Okay. Maybe it's because you're dealing with... Maybe it's because you're dealing with races that don't live as long as you. Maybe it's because you're dealing with races that are a little bit more...
There's children. There's children.
They are children in your eyes. And sometimes it's hard to lead them. Herding stray cats. However, you understand this. You realize that getting angry at them will not help the situation. Especially since Lafayette looks like he's on the point of crying already.
Okay. Lavender, I'm not mad at you. I'm mad at Fauna. You had one job. He was supposed to watch you
want me
to
to
make
find you a
sure that you
cane?
don't wander into scary places. I'm sorry that Fauna isn't capable of following
Do
directions.
you want me to find you a cane so you can have a
So-
walking stick on your way to the volcano?
Okay. Lavender, you can come with me and Small Ross. We may or may not be killing Giselle's mother. So, I'm setting expectations now. You might get the swing of your axe. We might be in a situation you might be in danger. Fauna, go make sure that the blonde one doesn't kill Giselle. Does that sound good to everybody?
I'm fine with that.
Okay. So, let's take horse meat. Let's ride up to the volcano.
Yes.
And, yes, I think this is a plan of some sort. Are you okay, Lavender?
Yeah, I'm okay.
I'm not mad at you.
Thank you.
I'm mad at Fauna.
Fauna didn't do anything. I convinced him to.
I literally follow all his all his plans, and I still get yelled at.
I just said it was my fault. I brought him.
Wait, definitely already left.
He left.
Oh shit! I started recognizing.
Sure is a whole lot of not killing volcano going on here.
You notice that Father realizes that Daramir is leaving with or without him, and has got a solid 3-minute lead on you. As you
scurry away.
As you scurry up the steps and get to the front room, you run out the front door, and you see he's already cleared the courtyard. He's in dead sprint going into town.
Sprint after him then.
Give me an acrobatics.
All right. Well, maybe I will. 11.
Okay. So, you start running. You notice that his form is getting tinier and tinier and tinier before you just lose him in the city. But you know where he's going. You know he's heading towards the ship. Do you just want to keep heading towards the ship?
I'll go straight for the
All right.
ship.
Meanwhile, back in the house.
Okay, let's go to the volcano.
Yes.
So you ride horse meat.
Yes.
Lavender. Can I ride you?
I don't think I'm old enough for that.
No. 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 Not that way. I want you to turn into an animal and carry me up the volcano.
I need an adult.
I'm going to go ahead and turn in. Okay, can we wait till we're outside?
What's in the basement?
Yes. Yes, I would prefer that we do this outside.
I want to get away from this door, okay? Let's go.
Okay.
Get away from the door. I want to get out of this basement.
I'll head up to Horsemeat, collect him, and then move towards the front gate.
As you guys head up the stairs, Lavina, you're the last one out. You kind of turn around and you start going up the stairs backwards, just watching. And as you go up and you start to close the door as you leave, you see the light casting from the hallway down there. You watch the shadows sort of rear up, and you see what looks like black tentacles curl out of the shadows and back into the darkness before you close the door.
And I'm locking it.
And you lock it.
Okay.
Okay.
That's what you're getting from this?
Meanwhile, as you guys head outside, you guys are just going to head north then? You don't know, you guys have a plan of where you're going?
Yeah, we're going to the volcano.
Okay, well, there is a mountain range to the north.
Okay.
So any of these mountains could be you don't know which one is the volcano.
Are there any fresh tracks of horses?
Okay, so you'd like to track horses.
Yeah.
All right. Anyone who's going to be doing tracking as far as looking for horse tracks, go ahead and give me a survival check.
Ooh, beach.
It's quite dark.
What'd you get?
I got 5.
Good 5.
Sorry, I got way more than that.
You are a ranger. I would
Yes.
hope so.
26.
26. So, with your experience in the Feywild, tracks are something that can vanish and reappear in the matter of seconds. Tracks in the material plane are almost too easy for you. Sometimes when you see tracks, you almost don't even trust them because they're so easy to follow you think they're traps.
Yeah.
However, you've gotten over that hump multiple times now. And then you do see clearly 5 sets of horse tracks heading into the woods to the north, exiting the city. And you follow them. I would assume you transformed into a...
I'm going to try to transform into a horse.
Okay.
I can't now.
You can't?
Now. So what's going to happen is I'm going to turn into a pony. Because I can do that still.
Okay. You watch him as he goes to turn into his valiant steed. He turns into a pony. You notice it's a very much it's very much smaller than what you wanted. Although it is still faster than walking.
Lavender? You know I'm much taller than the... Why are you that small? Oh, gosh.
If you wish, you can ride on horse with me. And,
You realize that would be a bad idea, because Small Ross is much heavier than you. The pony at least would be riding with minimal weight.
But this is a Clydesdale. This is horse meat.
Which is what should be carrying the most weight.
Right. Like me and Kaz. Right?
Whichever way you guys want to do it.
I'll just get on Lavender.
Okay. You get on the pony, that is Lavender, and he starts to gallop into the woods and heads following the track. Horsemeat just basically is trotting, or in a light gallop, compared to Lavender's exerted sprint with his tiny pony legs.
God damn.
Meanwhile, Jez.
Yeah.
While you're sitting there thinking about what Jethro had just informed you of, you hear the sound of footsteps banging up the plank onto the ship. And you hear him immediately call out, Giselle! Giselle!
Ah! Look over.
As you look over, you notice that Daramir is standing on the lower deck as he looks up towards you.
Ex-nay on the Giselle, alright?
I don't have time for whatever the fuck you want to be called right now. Your mother is insane. She killed
Watch your fucking mouth.
She killed Riker.
Oh.
Not only did she kill Riker, she locked me up in her house, and she headed to... She headed off to that dormant volcano to the north.
Alright. You been, hitting a few back there tonight?
No, I haven't been hitting a few back there tonight.
I mean, I have more. I was actually planning on going to that ship over there. And
Giselle,
with my friends and having a few
this is
tonight.
serious.
You want me to really believe that my mother killed her husband and then ran off, tied you up?
Yeah, and also her chambermaids attacked me, and... They weren't normal, Giselle.
How many were there?
There was only 3 of them. And their eyes went black. As soon as he says that, you remembered the story Barry said when they raided the manor and your father's eyes went black. And how strong he was.
Their eyes went black, you said?
Their eyes went black and they picked me up like I was nothing, threw me across the room. Their skin was cold.
Oh, this isn't what I want to do. Is Barry up there?
Yeah, Barry kind of walks out and he looks at it, and Barry kind of gives you this, like, almost face of recollection, of dread.
Fucking knew we shouldn't have come back here.
He looks towards you and Jezebel. Maybe we can find out more about what Shiv was doing here then. What he took. If your mom's part of this, then maybe she knows.
Alright, let me go get my things.
Alright. I'll stay here and make sure I watch the boat.
Thank you, Barry.
Looks towards Daramir, and then as he looks towards Daramir, you hear as father's making his way up the plank, stopping halfway up, putting his hands on his legs. Your lungs are just burning. You've never ran that fast before in your life.
Giselle!
Hey, don't you dare.
We found Dathomir.
It's Darmir.
We found him.
Yeah?
Tied up.
Mate, wow,
I already told her,
Tell me all about
Foley.
it. What else? What else you find? He was tied up and...
There's like no one in this entire city, town.
Alright, well, I'm gonna go get my things. I'm already brought up to speed, I think, so I think you need this. I'm gonna reach into my boot and pull out my flask and slam it against his chest.
Oh, that was very nice of you, I think.
2 sips, that's it.
Just tell.
And then go get my shit.
Okay. As Jezebel leaves to go grab her things, Darmir seems to look over off onto the deck, seeing all the houses. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. This is Mr. Baxter. Seems to be recalling names. Seems to have puts his head down in deep contemplation. You can see visibly he's thinking about something hard, intense.
Who is this, Barry?
Darmir.
Oh, Darmir.
Darmir.
But, well, you'll row it.
I'm it's this isn't right. Mr. Baxter, he's elderly. He shouldn't even be. He'd be at home at this time. He wouldn't be out. And let's see here. The Corins just had a new babe. They should be home as well.
What are you thinking? Should we rough him up?
By the third is line. Is it Fulner?
It's fallen now.
I think the town, some of the townspeople might be involved. You may be running into a group of 30, maybe 40. If I am correct, I would assure that if you're going, go in force, and I'm going to stay here and make sure the townspeople are alright, and then I will make my way towards you.
Alright,
Giselle knows the location well. She can take you there. It's a popular place for viewing falling stars. I took Giselle there one time for a date.
did you? You don't want to return to that place right now. This might be the perfect time.
I don't know why you're jesting with me, little person.
Excuse me.
You heard what I said. Lives are at stake.
Oh god,
I
I'm
did.
You're
putting
making
my
jokes.
I was about to ask you, is there anything we can ride there?
He just called you little man. Don't do that.
Well, I'll break your kneecaps if you ever talk to me like that again.
And you would be rightfully so to do that, but maybe do it on a day where people aren't in danger.
Sure. But do you have anything we can ride to get there fast?
We head to, we can head to grab some of the spare mares at the, wait. Shit. There's 3 of my men, too. Okay, the barracks should have maybe 2 or 3 mares. But I also realize that I have some men that are missing tonight, too.
Is there anybody in this town that's not, like, insane right now?
The population's well over a few thousand.
Alright.
But there's like about 30 or 40 missing. It's just unusual, the string of events.
Alright. Well, if we can find anything that can help us get there, I would hope it's like they're kind of doing it against their will type thing, so we don't have to, like...
I would hope you to not kill...
Yeah, right. I don't want to kill everyone either.
...the townspeople. I would appreciate that.
Like birthday candles.
Giselle, you now return.
Yeah, we're not gonna hurt anybody.
With your gear.
Holstering Mercy. Alright, what's the plan?
We're gonna take some mares from the stables, no, the barracks, to get there faster. Do you know where this place is at the volcano? It has like a great view. You and
The place with the volcano.
Daphne
And the Great Fleet.
Darmir looks...
You both went on a date there.
I took you there when we were teenagers to watch the
I'm not ringing any bells.
meteor storm.
She remembers. Alright, so lead us to the mares. This is awkward.
I tried so hard not to break it.
Alright, follow me. You notice he, with haste, exits the ship, making his way to the barracks. You find that the stables, there's a few mares that are there, ready for use. However, they are not your size. It'd probably be beneficiary if you were to ride with Jezebel.
Jezebel, why don't you ride with me?
You want me to ride with you?
Right.
Alright, I'm getting in the back, you ride in the front. Is that the plan?
Sure.
How about I can knock you off while we're full speed too while we're at it? How's that sound?
Sounds
I'm riding my own damn horse.
That sounds less than ideal. But... Listen, yeah, I just think it'd be beneficial if we just rode in on the same horse.
How about this? I hop on, you hop on behind me. Fauna, I've known you a few weeks now.
I'll tell you what. Yeah, that's fine.
I'm gonna be honest with you. You're a fuck up.
The amount of disgusting pride here is revolting. Get on the fucking horse.
I will. Can you come over to this ledge over here? I want to jump on the back.
Jezebel, you get up on the horse. Your feet get into the stirrups and you move over. Darmir walks over to Fulner and goes to pick you up.
You are not going to pick me up.
Okay.
I will
fight it.
I will fight it.
Okay.
Unhand me. Unhand me. Fucking swine. Oh, what am I rolling?
Give me an athletics check.
What am I rolling? You just called him a...
14.
Okay. So he comes up behind you. You know exactly what he's going to do because he's moving in with both of his hands out as if he was going to pick up a child. You start swinging your arms around in front of your face. He knocks your hand off the side. He grabs the back of your jacket. You feel your feet lift up. At this point, you know he's got you, but you're making it as difficult as possible. Just flailing your legs and arms back and forth as he
kick him.
Pulls you up and puts you over and puts you on the horse. Shut up.
Yeah, I can see why you don't remember this place now.
He looks to you. Looks towards you all. I'm gonna check some of the houses of some of the missing townspeople. I'm gonna look for any clues. And if I don't find anything, I will make my way with haste towards you.
I'll take your time.
It's Foreman's Point.
Oh, that's all you had to say? Let's go. Good luck and whatnot.
You turn, and you all gallop off, heading towards the wilderness, with Smallvraz, Lavende, and Kaz having a rather decent lead on you all. Okay. So, while you guys are within the woods, following the tracks, I'm going to go ahead and need another survival check from Lavende.
Not from us.
Nope, you already failed.
13, though.
I might have picked something up.
No, you're following me. I got 13.
13, okay. You're able to keep your eyes on the tracks. They are moving with great haste, and the hooves they're deep in the dirt. Mm-hmm. Again, easy for you to keep an eye on and track. However, as you continue to move into the forest, it's starting to get denser and thicker. Your movement starts to slow down, and you can tell that your prey had to do the same. Mm-hmm. Their hooves slowed down as well. Tracks become harder to see, and eventually it looks like they cross a stream. And as you come back over, you lose the tracks completely. You look back and forth, and you can't seem to find anything right past the bank where the hooves went into mud. After that, you got nothing.
I can't say anything. I'm a horse.
You guys can sense that Laminde's moving back and forth. He seems to be scanning the area. It looks like he's trying to pick up a trail and is struggling.
I think he's lost.
Well, that, or he's afraid of drowning in this form that he chose, for whatever reason.
He already crossed the stream.
Oh, okay.
Is there any indication of like a volcano or sulfury smell?
No, it is a dormant volcano. That means it's inactive.
Is there any, since we're in the forest, is
So
there
they
any...
say.
Yeah, so they say. Is there any, like, clear indications of somebody traveling, not footprints, but, like, broken, like, shrubbery that's kind of been, like, ran through?
Yeah, I said you don't see anything.
Nothing?
Nope. This is this portion of the forest. The terrain seems to be getting a lot more rocky. You're getting more towards the mountainous base, and with that, the stone is becoming difficult to track.
Is there a tall mountain?
Yeah, the mountain range here is quite large.
I say we climb to the top of the mountain, look down, find the volcano. And then we go to that.
Again, small runs. This is one of
I got you.
This is probably the closest you've ever been to a mountain.
Yeah, we should climb one of those things. Get a good look.
Okay, no, that's... Why?
Well, then give me an idea. I'm here giving you guidance. Wisdom bestowed to me from Tempest. And you're just shooting it down.
Okay, so... How tall are the trees?
I would say they're decently sized in this area. Probably around 35, 40 feet.
35, 40 feet?
Definitely the highest point besides for the high cliffs and rocky mountainous protrusions.
Okay. So, I'm going to use jump, and then I can jump, is it triple my height? Triple my distance?
Triple your distance.
Yeah.
So I think for vertical, because vertical and distance and vertical are different in height. So we'll say, does it give you a baseline at first?
No, it just says, you touch a creature and the creature's jump distance is tripled until the spell ends. It lasts for 1 minute.
Okay, so I would say for length, it's like over 6 feet. But for a straight vertical, I'll tell you what. Give me an acrobatics check, and I'll tell you.
Okay, I'm basically going to use it to assist with
the climb.
So I'm going to cast it. I'm going to take out the grasshopper leg and the clasp. I'm going to grip it, do the incantation, and I'm going to start. I'll find a tallest tree I can.
Okay.
That is 16 plus 8. 24.
16 plus 8. Okay. Yeah, you with your you guys look towards Kaz, and as his hand touches on the grasshopper clasp, the duomer of it begins to pulsate and glow. You watch as his feet hit the ground. He leaps up off, and his feet, barely even touching the bark, like one toe, gracefully jumps. It's almost like crouching tiger, hidden dragons in the flow and movement of it. The one thing that's even more spectacular than this, though, is the moment his feet hit the ground, off the ground, and into the air, he makes almost no noise. Kaz is like a soft wind howling through the tree branches. Your breathing is heavier than the sound of his exertion going up the tree.
That is impressive.
As he finally gets to the top, he grabs onto the top, the stem, the final peak of the tree. And you look off into the distance towards the north. What you see is two large rock formations that seem to be jutting out from the side of the mountain. You can see where a basin has formed, where there used to be probably the mouth or the head of this shorter, very small volcano. You can see the bay on the other side of it. You've probably traveled maybe at the speed you guys are going for about 2 hours north. You guys have been trekking and really pushing yourselves. And you're fairly confident that that looks what you would guess to be the location you need to go. It's maybe another mile ahead.
Okay. So I'm going to, so I don't fall and break my neck, I'm going to cast Featherfall to be safe.
Okay.
And I'm going to land on the ground.
You guys watch as Kaz falls. He gently floats down and touches his toes.
Okay. So we're about a mile out to what looks like... I keep forgetting his name. Whatever. He has a memorable face. The lad that was trying to describe this lookout point, I think it's just right up ahead. So I get back onto Pony Lavende and giddy up.
I'm gonna start.
Okay. Spell for us.
I'm going to follow them. Follow the pony.
All right. Jezebel. So, you take off into the woods.
Yeah.
On the mare, Fulner gripping onto your back as you all make your way. Are you going at full speed? How are you traversing?
Full speed.
Full speed. And you're just heading to Forbin's Point. Like, you know where it's at, so you're just going to do that. So you actually, I would say, you make some gain and some ground. Not only is Lavende a pony moving, but he's also trying to he was trying to track at the same time. So his speed was significantly slower than if he was fully galloping. It takes you probably about an hour and 20 minutes to get to the point where they stopped. You actually, as you get to this point where this happened, you smell that cinnamon and lavender again. You realize that Lavende must have been here. As you take off after this, you actually pick up the same smell too, being on him. As you are riding, you can't help but you kind of start to... And his mane just smells like cinnamon and freshly oiled lavender burning. And you've lathered yourself with some of the finest body oils in the world. And Lavende smells very, very similar to those.
Lavende, did Did you get in my things? Lavender, those are very expensive oils. If I have to go all the way to Neve again to get those oils, did you eat them? Do you know what to do with them?
I'm not even gonna respond.
For one, it doesn't go anywhere other than your undercarriage. And two, you feel numb in certain spots. Okay.
He's not responding, but he seems to be giving you like inquisitive like looks back, with almost the look in his eyes seemed to be like he's not quite sure what you're talking about. He seems to be confused by it. Small Ross, you're definitely confused by this conversation because Kaz is sort of having it with himself, with some slight retorts from Pony Lavender in between. However, as you hear Kaz mention it, you are downwind. You're behind them and they're trailing, and you thought it was Kaz this entire time, but you as you get up close, you realize that no. Lavender smells like a freshly cooked, like, honey bun.
This is different than normal.
Yes, this is very different. You've never smelled him smell like a pastry.
I like this smell.
Okay.
He smells like very nice bread.
He smells like he got in some really expensive oils.
Bread.
Where am I gonna get those oils again, Lavender? I hope you had fun. You probably didn't know what was happening in your body, but you were just like, oh.
Meanwhile, you guys finally make your way to the base, and before you even get there, you start to encounter that clay. That gray, thick, ashy clay. It is filled with tracks. You were following 5 when you first started. Now that you've hit this clay, you see in excess of 20.
Are they all kind of coming in the same...
Yeah.
So they're not, like, scattered?
Nope, they're all... Like, they all were following a trail. But you do notice that they came from different locations, too. But a big majority of them looked like they came from the coastline. As you started your journey, your trek, there was another trail. It was more towards the west, down in town. Oh, we might have dropped here.
Oh, it was exactly an hour after the first drop.
Okay, so here we go.
We good.
Yeah, you notice that trail was about in a little bit more into the south, more into town. And it looks like the two trails must have converged at some point during this trip. But there's quite a bit of them, and you stop, and all of you can hear what sounds like some sort of eldritch chant being spewed throughout the air, like a choir of unholy mockery.
It's relatively close.
It sounds like it's coming up. It sounds closer than what it is because you're assuming that the light that you can see now as you approach through the tree line on this basin, there seems to be a great fire built up on top this basin. As you look with your eyes, you can see outlines of figures within the around the basin. They seem to be standing guard, sentry, looking out. They haven't noticed you all yet.
I'm gonna
You can see this as well with your eyes too, because you have dark vision.
I'm gonna go ahead and get off horse meat and tie him off so he's not seen, but he can't go anywhere. Like
Okay.
to a tree or...
Alright.
I'm going to get near Lavender's ear. Okay, I think it's time for you to not be a pony anymore. Get off of Pony Lavender.
Now I'm changing back. I just want to say, Kaz, I didn't get into any of your things.
Okay, we'll talk about that later.
I'm telling you now. You were talking about it a lot. I didn't touch any of your stuff.
Okay, fine. You didn't get into my oils. Okay, never mind. there's a lot more here than 3 chambermaids and a crazy mother.
I agree. There's a lot of footprints.
You hear your ears start twitching from coming from behind the direction you guys came. You can hear it sounds like a single lone horse. It's maybe probably about half a mile away.
Okay, I think there's...
It's moving quick too. It's moving a lot quicker than you guys were.
Alright, let's take cover real quick. We got company.
Where?
Just hide.
I think I can take him.
Just get down.
Fine.
Roll stealth. Anti stealth.
Oof. That
3.
14.
Right.
24.
He's hiding behind a twig.
And I got 14.
All right. You guys take cover amongst the tree lines. You guys wait as you hear those distant galloping, moving, coming forward, closer and closer. Seems to be on the same trail that you guys just came from. And as it gets louder, you realize it starts to slow. You can start to look in that direction, and you realize that they're moving without torches. You see this dark figure starting to move through the tree line, coming closer and closer.
Can I try to sneak closer to see?
As you move up, trying to get a good eyesight, you can see it is Jez and Fulner quickly approaching on the horse. You realize if they keep going at this speed, they're going to get spotted.
Going to step out quietly and not super fast, so I'm not spooking the steed. But I'm going to hey.
Jez, with your eyes, you can see Kaz come out from a tree line. He seems to have his hands up. He's not making any noise, though.
I'm gonna slow the horse down.
Okay. You slow the horse. Horse does a quick circle. You see that she stopped.
Okay, I'm gonna start heading towards them.
Okay. Kaz slowly approaches you.
Okay.
I'm gonna pull my sword out. Do
Wait.
you have your hood up?
No, he has his head down.
Okay. I'll wait till I can see his eyes.
As he approaches up, you can see those lavender eyes.
Okay. Hi to you too.
This doesn't
Hey,
look
Cass.
like a volcano.
What? Yes, we're on a volcano right now.
Oh, alright, what's going on? Why are we being so quiet?
Okay, so your crazy mother has the whole entire town, it looks like, up there, and doing some sort of crazy magic.
Alright, I'm having a hard time getting past all this. Is this some sort of elaborate joke? I feel like that Darmir prick would have put you up to this.
I don't care enough to do that.
Where is he?
As much effort this is taking to do that kind of thing.
He's supposed to meet us here.
You left him alone?
Yeah, I left him alone. I was trying to get away from him. What do you want from me?
What if he's the one that's doing all this?
I don't know.
We should have killed him.
No.
Why'd you save that energy? Well, we might need that later.
He definitely strikes me as go to church kind of type. Anyways, there's a lot of people out there. We should be quiet. You may get really, really bloody small, Ross.
I'm hopping off the horse.
No. I can get it off myself.
Suit yourself. Give me my flask first.
Oh yeah, I do have that. There you go.
I'm gonna shake it around. How much is left?
I only had 2 sips.
Alright.
You can tell by the way you only had 2 sips.
Okay.
You're an alcoholic enough, you can tell.
Oh,
Alright.
Alright.
I'll jump off.
I'm not saying it played out perfectly, but what if we treat this like the Centaur plan?
What are you talking about?
I go up. I announce myself as you sneak behind.
Oh, God.
I try to reason with them.
Okay. So, there were only 3 centaurs that I remember.
There was a whole camp full.
I got kicked in the face in that fucking
okay,
fight. I don't
okay.
want to do that again.
So, small Ross,
Yeah.
you're very adept when it comes to physical contact.
Through the power of Tempest.
Yep, okay. So, They're chanting some really weird magic shit up there.
Yeah.
I don't think you can dodge that.
Can no one make it out? No one knows weird magic.
What if I just absorb it?
language.
I
I
don't
strike
know.
them
That's
down.
not how magic works.
Can I? Do I have to get closer to hear this?
No, you can hear it from where it's at.
I can hear
Yeah.
it.
Just so to put it on the table, I'm still very spent from the cave. I got very basic magic left in me right now.
You got your club?
Yeah,
I got my club right, but I'm just saying, you don't expect anything flashy or maybe any healing.
Don't rely on your strength. Rely on the strength of Tempest.
No one's relying on that, except for you.
That's right.
And good for you. You rely on that all you want.
So, what would be the counter plan?
Okay, so if they are enchanting or incanting some sort of spell,
We should stop them
yes.
by attacking.
We don't even know the situation. We don't even know how many people are there.
So we need to make sure we're attacking the right people.
Alright.
Can I roll some sort of knowledge arcana on the chant?
Sure. Yeah, you definitely could. Your time in Neve, you should be able to understand some basic elements of the arcane chant. I would say that Fulner, you could as well, since you are an educated man. You are a learned man.
You said Arcana. I'm a learned man. Thank you for
That's exactly how he would say it too.
thanks for noticing.
That is a 19.
That's
19.
very good. I got 13.
13. Okay. Fulner doesn't seem to be within your wheelhouse. You have not heard this type of chant before. You could definitely tell that it is a spell. It does seem to be some sort of spell, and but not just a spell, a ritual. Kaz, you are picking up the incantations, trying to pay attention specifically to the verbal connotations of it. The eldritch element to it seems to be trying to summon something, trying to bring something from another plane into the material plane.
Oh.
You can specifically hear the common tongue being spoken. Seems as though some of the individuals are speaking out amongst each other or having conversations, but that's too far away for you to get the details. But you can hear, if you were to get a little bit closer, you could probably hear the whole conversations.
Okay.
People, they're whispering under their breath when it comes to that.
Well, it sounds like they're trying to bring something here.
We should stop them.
Okay.
Small Russ. Oh my god.
So, okay, I'm assuming either A, the village people are sacrifices, or there's some sort of amplifier to the actual spell.
Right.
There's the
They
beast.
summoned it.
This is what was summoned.
We were too
I
late.
like the shadow too. This is
The shadow of the beast has been summoned.
How do you get dark web on Facebook?
That's what you're worried about.
What? I don't have that.
Chad.
Hi, chat.
Hi.
We are live. This isn't pre-recorded. It's really weird.
Yeah.
No, this is pre-recorded.
Yes, it's
We
pre-recorded.
pre-recorded all
We
this.
planned it all.
We planned everything that has happened.
How are
Are
we?
you fucking kidding me? Are
Wait,
you
what
fucking
did you
kidding me right now?
Was that you?
That
What?
was the weirdest thing I've ever heard.
Give me a minute.
Justin
Oh my
said,
God.
"Give me a minute."
what was that?
I thought it was upstairs.
Dying
too.
done.
Where you at, Duck? Show yourself.
Okay.
Where you went, dude?
Continue.
Okay. Okay. So, the village people, they're probably catalysts or an amplifier of some sort. We have to find the main casters. We have to stop them. So if you're going to, I don't know, swing your axe at somebody, look for someone that's in robes and has...
They're all wearing robes.
What if I pulled out the main caster?
Okay.
That narrows it down.
Anyone that's doing somatic incantations.
Right.
So if they're doing something with their hands and it looks like they're glowing...
What I'm saying is, if I go in there
Okay.
and I start swinging my axe
Uh-huh.
and taking people out,
Okay.
the main casters will appear to attack me.
No.
That's where you swoop in, and you attack them.
You're not gonna kill innocent villagers no.
If they're attacking us, they're not innocent.
Alright, here's
Are
where
they
I'm
actually
standing right
innocent?
now. Is this really our problem?
I want answers.
I really want to kill
And
them.
the only one who I feel like can
You
give me
want to kill a
answers
volcano?
is your crazy mother.
Yeah, your mom's here.
You keep going back to the crazy mother bit, but I don't know. We don't know for sure that she did all that.
Okay, so let's go up there and find out.
Well, you really...
What?
You just want to waltz up there
Let's
and
just-
find
I
out.
like that.
Let's go,
I like that.
Let's go right there. Let's,
You be my guest, Cass.
Wait, what
Waltz
if
right on
I
up.
do that?
Go ahead and give me a hold on. Just a roll real quick.
Me and Fallmer will go up to the front and announce ourselves.
You hear one of the individuals standing sentry. He kind of goes like, "Hey, did you hear that? Shh." As the individual walks forward, this dark-robed person creates a looming ball of purple flame and hurls it towards the tree line. You watch as this ball hits the tree line and illumines it in what looks like fairy fire, creating this outline of light. As he's scanning the tree line looking for people. I need stealth rolls from everyone.
Oh,
19.
18.
You need to beat a 10 or more.
19.
Nice.
25.
23.
All of you with quick haste duck behind a tree or into the shadows. You see another one come up. Don't be so eager, brother. I'm sure it was just a deer. Leave it be. Fine. Turns around, heads back.
We can't see them, can we?
You guys saw them before you took cover.
And they just look like they're in robes.
Yeah, you see what looked like humanoid figures in robes.
I have an idea.
Okay.
What if we take out some sentries?
Oh, God.
Hear me out, Lavende. We take out sentries. You all put them on. Then you can gain information.
The robes would conceal your identity.
Small Russ, you know I'm with you.
It could
You
work.
have my bow.
It would have to be with me and Lavende.
Why not Jez?
Well, she's
Why not me?
you both have
Well, yeah, right. Why not me?
some features that are rather large and hard to conceal.
The robes.
It's robes.
The robes.
Small Ross in one of those robes.
Well, obviously not him.
It would look a little ridiculous with Small Ross wearing it.
That's just you had the idea, and you know what? Good for you.
You look
It's a good idea.
You look too good to be
Me
alone.
and Fallmer
No.
will go around
Oh, all right.
and be ready to jump in to protect you.
Not what I thought you were going to say. All right, good. We're making progress.
Okay. All right.
I will let you know I was the tactician of my tribe.
Wait. You turn into animals?
Right?
Can you turn into, like, one that flies?
I've already turned into animals today.
What does that mean? You can't do it anymore?
What I think he means is that he's spent.
Oh, you did your limit. You have a limit of how many times you can do that?
You know, you got to wait a couple hours in between.
Ah, shit.
Well, if you use those oils, you don't really have to wait, but
Didn't use your oils.
All right, how about Kaz and I go take out a couple of them, and then we proceed
all right.
with the plan. If we do well.
Hopefully.
Otherwise, I'm gonna start blasting.
No.
And I'll start slashing.
Why?
The old slashing cast.
Let's go kill something.
All right, I'm gonna follow Kaz.
As you all follow Kaz.
I think it's just those two.
It's just us.
Oh, it's just you two?
We're gonna take out two.
Alright, so as Kaz and Jezebel move forward, Kaz's lavender eyes piercing through the darkness. You come up firstly on the two individuals that heard you earlier. Cast the fairy fire, who he has now disbanded, leaving you in the darkness again. You see that the both are returning to their conversation. As you pick it up, you hear him. But what do you think the wizard was then? If it wasn't the Grand Master, then what? I would assume it's Moloch. Apollyon had him in the city for weeks, I probably imagine. Gaining information. So he didn't realize that we were already infested in there. Good. Once we bring the entity in, it will help us crush the Centaur Warband. Baphomet should know better to attack us so openly. You and Jez are sitting there exchanging looks of pure panic.
Okay, so I'm going to gesture to Jez. I'm going to point at one, and then be like, and I'm going to point at one.
I pull my dagger out.
And I pull my rapier and my dagger out.
Need you to give me a will save.
Oh.
Okay.
What is this?
What do I need to beat?
Is this a drow thing?
Yes.
What I need to beat?
This you'll have to be just a 10.
Okay. So, 3.
Oh my god.
So, as you pull your weapon,
No.
you're looking towards Jezebel, and you point towards the individual, and you put your thumb across, and then you point to the other one, and you put your thumb across. And as you do, that quick flash of elven memory hits your brain like a photograph. You remember being just maybe 10, 12 years old. Not even fully grown as an elf yet. Seeing your father communicate to you in the drow hand signals. An unspoken language that the drow will do in the Underdark to speak without talking. Just the simple gesture of motioning Jez to eliminate a target unspoken brought that memory back. Your hand seems frozen on your dagger for just a moment. You quickly shake it away. Pull your dagger out. I'm gonna need both of you to give me a stealth check.
Alright.
No.
It's only 9.
28.
Sucking fuck.
Okay.
Suck a fuck.
Kaz, like living shadow, moves across the rocky terrain of this mountain floor. Without a single pebble even out of place, you find yourself above the high ground, positioning yourself behind your target. Jez, you make your way up fast and in a hurry. You actually doubled your pace because you're trying to keep up with Kaz, who seems to move like literal wind. In your haste, you feel your foot slip, kick, roll of gravel. You hear the individual, what? Turn and look towards you. Just within enough time, you would be able to make a single blow. But, Kaz, you see this as well. If she does manage to make the blow, the individual in front of you would surely be able to detect her and sound the alarm. What are the two of you going to do?
Make that hit. Make that hit.
What is that?
That's her stabbing him.
I'm going to.
Oh, okay.
She's in front of one, and
His skull.
I can do
Yep.
another.
Yep. You're right behind someone,
All right.
and she is face to face with someone.
Okay. So
Now, I will say this: there is a homebrew rule that I like to do because, obviously, in this type of situation, things with high health you can't kill in a single strike. But in these cases, I want you to be able to, if you would like to assassinate a target, if you want to take it down in a single blow or a single lethal blow, I will let you do a roll attack on it. If you beat its defense, I will have it do a con save. If it fails it, you will kill it instantly.
okay.
So if that's what you would like to do, you can do that.
Yeah.
So she's about to become face to face with one. And
She's already face to face with it. You heard her slip rocks. He turned around. He's looking right at her.
I'm going for the throat.
So
And
the other one hasn't paid any attention yet.
he was already looking towards that one. So now that the other one is turned around, he would see her as well.
So they got okay. They both got.
They're
the
both
same.
basically eyes on her.
Okay, so I'm gonna try to take out the other one here. So
Okay.
so
Go ahead and roll an attack.
okay.
Both of you.
So I have advantage on it because I have assassinate.
Hey, you never know.
So let's see here.
It's the
He dropped it.
No.
I touched
He
it.
touched it.
My rapier attack is going to
be in
be
your weapons.
Just tell me what you got for the attack.
so 18
Actions.
plus 8.
Okay.
And then it's technically going to be a critical.
That should be your
If it hits
dagger,
it.
right?
My dagger.
So it'll be
Do the
the
con
top.
save.
Is it the top one? I can't. No.
My rapier.
Oh, you don't
I have
have
a
a dagger.
dagger.
Hold on.
And
I got a dagger, but I'll tell you what it is.
for safe measure, can I use my dagger to attack it too?
Yeah, you can. If you'd like to attack with that as well.
Alright. Actions.
I'm gonna start blasting.
Anyway, start blast.
Shoot. Fuck it.
What's it doing?
So my DC is +7. I'm sure yours is like +5, probably.
That's an 8
Probably the same
plus
as your rapier.
Yeah.
13.
Okay.
But,
Jez?
13.
Wait, how does second attack work now? Like, you just don't add your... That's right, you don't add the modifier to the damage.
Correct.
That's correct, okay. So, yeah, 13 plus 8.
Okay. And you got 13, Jez?
Yes.
Okay. That's how it's gonna go. As the individual turns around and looks towards Jez, you hear him go, "What?" And Jez, spooked by it, she takes her... Were you using your sword?
Dagger.
Your dagger? You see her take the dagger, and she thrusts it forward towards the face of the individual. Catch the blade. You see it go right into his mouth, catching his teeth and the upper part of his gums and jaw. It's not a lethal blow. You pull it out, and you jab it back again multiple times before he falls back onto his back. As this is happening, Kaz brings his blade up. You see a quick slice. Vocal cords completely shred, and you watch as a dagger comes up and punctures both lungs, letting the air out as he pulls the person down. Kaz's assassination went off without a whimper of death, and meanwhile, Jez is on top of this person, stabbing them in the face as gurgles of blood. Gurgles of blood and pain exude from this individual as you finally pull your dagger back, realizing that they are now deceased.
Good work.
Okay.
I'm gonna start disrobing him.
Okay, so I'm going to start disrobing mine. I'm going to drag it off to the side.
Okay. As you guys disrobe them, go ahead and give me an investigation check, or a perception check, since you guys are investigating it.
Did this happen? Did this happen in view of us?
Yes, you guys would have saw this.
Oh.
What just happened?
What happened is you saw Jez specifically stab someone to death with a dagger in the face. However, with Kaz, it looked like he just brushed up against someone's hair and then like slowly laid them down on the ground.
You can tell an experienced assume assassin
Can do that.
compared to
It's just
an
a 10
amateur.
for me for investigation.
So 21.
21?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Wait, I think it's perception.
You said if there's an
I
investigation
said
check.
do perception in the game.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
18.
Okay. Both of you can tell by glancing at the corpses. Yours, even though badly disfigured in the face, you did manage to leave portions of it left. You can tell that this individual is actually the servant, the butler that led you to your mother's room earlier today.
Ooh.
And Kaz, you recognize the individual you just so delicately exhausted, extinguished life from was an individual you passed by on the street earlier today. They look as though these were townspeople.
I'm cold.
Okay. Well. That's. Oh, don't have it. I don't have it right now. Okay. So I'm gonna put the robe on.
Both Jez and Kaz don the robes. What is Fulner, Lavende, Small Ross doing?
Are they coming back, or are they? I know my decision would be based off what they're doing.
And are you guys leaving the bodies where they lie?
No.
Bring them off to the side or hide them somewhere.
You
It's
wanna
like,
hide
it's
them?
like a ledge or something. Just
So
keep
the
them off.
basin is pretty open. If you dragged them across the rock back to where the tree line was, that would be pretty well concealed.
Okay. We'll do that. I'll do that. Yeah, we'll do that.
Okay. So you guys actually watch as Jez and Kaz drag the two bodies back towards the tree line where you three are waiting.
You really went to town on that guy, didn't you?
I know, it's been a while, so I just had some pent-up aggression, I guess. I don't know. Also, I've been drinking a lot tonight.
Okay.
I probably should have thrown that out there earlier, but didn't think I'd be doing this, so...
So, do they have any tattoos, any markings on them?
You look at them, and under their robes, they were wearing just their normal clothing. If you're going to inspect the body, go ahead and give me an investigation check.
Okay.
Sorry, I didn't mean to call that out.
14.
You just shit your
So
pants.
14. Looking at the individual back and forth, you don't see anything out of the ordinary. No tattoos, no markings, anything like that. However, as you turn the head to the side, you see what looks like a strange, unnatural movement in the throat.
I'm going to take my dagger and open his mouth and bring out his tongue.
Okay. As you do that, you split and the tongue rolls out, being much longer now that you've opened the mouth completely. I'm assuming you did it by the cheek, so the jaw could go all the way down.
Yeah.
Okay. As you did that, on the back of the tongue, towards where the uvula is, you see what looks like a black burn or stain on the tongue, which is the symbol of the death tongue.
Jez, you see this?
Do I see you?
As he points it out, yes, you see it clearly.
I kind of had a feeling.
Okay.
What do you see?
Getting really sick of running into these fucking. All right.
Well, we could have gone to another island, another port. We didn't have to come back here, but no.
What do you know?
The death tongues are involved.
Oh,
The
Didn't we kill a bunch of
spiral
those?
knives.
Well, not a whole lot, but yes, we
we
killed
killed
some.
enough. So this is fun. We just do what we did last time.
We don't know how many of them are,
But they weren't strong.
No, we don't know how many innocents are up there. And
Are any of them really innocent, Cass?
this looks like some sort of foul sorcery. It looks like it inhibits some sort of mind control, or maybe the host of demons.
Well, I don't think it's mind control.
This man has a tattoo in the back of his tongue.
Right, but if it was mind control, by you killing them, whoever was controlling their minds would know that you were out there. Therefore, since they're still chanting, that means they're not aware of this. So we can rule out mind control.
Wait, how do you piece that together but you can't understand it?
Alright.
I just think of it as a giant
Here's what
fight.
I'm thinking right now, okay? We just take them all out.
Wow.
We've killed a lot more.
How am I the only one that doesn't want to know what is happening to me?
I figure 6 each.
Are we really divvying up the town?
How do you know there's 30 people?
From the voices.
I don't really want to kill them all either.
Where is that church boy at?
He's in solid,
Since
Jimmy.
when did you not want to kill people? I saw you kill somebody.
Listen, maybe I can try and we can just try to sneak through with our new disguises on and see if maybe I can find my mom and see what the fuck is going on.
Maybe you can.
Maybe I can try talking some sense into her.
Right.
Wait, no.
Like the
And if not-
That's a good idea.
the
Perfect
conversation
distraction.
I had with you earlier.
Okay.
You remember?
Alright.
Yeah, Lavenday's been a good influence on
Maybe
me.
this you can bond over and say, like, look, Mom, I'm in the same cult.
I mean, either I try to talk to my mom, or we just kill them all.
They did spook horse meat.
You guys start to hear some more movement rushing through, coming down from the basin of this rock cliff. As it moves forward, you can hear them kind of go, "Oh, I swear I keep hearing something out here."
And it's away from the group.
It's coming down from the group. You notice that they bring up a orb of dancing light.
Can
How many are there? How many
You see just
people?
one.
we... stealth again?
Okay, everyone go ahead and give me a stealth roll.
God damn, this die
I got the
intense.
13.
19?
15.
Fuck in hell.
21.
19.
6.
Alright.
Good old Fawner.
I got 13.
Moves forward. Fulner, you not getting enough time to react properly. You actually trip yourself up over with Lavenday. Both you and Lavenday went for the same tree at the same time, Lavenday getting it first. And you being caught out in the open. You kind of sit there shocked and surprised as the robed figure approaches with the dancing light, holding it in front of his face, seeing you clearly. As he makes eye contact with you, you see he has this glazed, white, milky look over his eyes, like he's looking through a cloud or a fog. I see him now. As he starts screaming,
Can I take a shot at him?
you notice his mouth explodes with tentacles and black tendrils as they screech out and writhe at the party. And that is where we're going to end it
God
tonight.
damn it.
So,
Oh, I wanted to take a shot.
I knew
Alright.
the closer we got to combat, the closer it was coming to the
It's
end.
Eldritch Blast time, guys. We just got
We should have just started blasting.
The blast and slash.
I'm ready.
now, I will say, you guys were being awful loud in the tree line, especially when
Hey, man, it's been a couple months.
no, you guys,
We
it
have
was,
a lot
it was
of
a
chaotic
fantastic,
energy.
fantastic night. It was a great time to return back to Death Attack. Everyone, thank you so much for coming out, and
Thank you for the raid, too.
Yes,
and
thank you.
yes, oh, we got a raid.
Yeah, we got a raid about 4 minutes ago.
Oh, we got a. I didn't even realize we had a raid. I would thank you so much for the raid. I definitely appreciate that. Love to have more people in the Dungeons and Dragons community. Who is the person that raided, so I can thank them?
KCUF
K-
AM.
AM. Yep.
KCUFAM. Thank you
There
very
you go.
much. And from all the people in that community, welcome. So, this will bring us to next Sunday. We will have episode 15 for Death Attack. And I think we left it off at a pretty good spot. Yeah. So get ready for some combat next episode.
I'm in danger.
I also just realized we didn't even do a break.
Yes.
Yeah, I know.
Well,
I'm very hungry.
I'm doing. we're going to keep the episodes probably about 3 hours, 3.5 hours. I feel like we don't really need a break if we're going to do that instead of a 4-hour episode. So,
and then Vampire tomorrow.
And we have Vampire Chicago by Night is tomorrow night, 7 p.m., where we'll be returning with the classic coterie.
Grand return.
Yeah.
But
Elijah already looks like he hates it.
How'd you guys feel about tonight? Did you guys really?
It was good. It took me a little bit to get back into the swing, but
I was in it like right away. I had fun.
No, I had fun.
It was a lot of fun.
It took some time.
Yeah,
it's been so long.
Getting back into
post-quarantine shit.
And remember, everyone, we have the Discord, so if you guys want to follow along with the story, we have channels for this. So if you guys want to talk about tonight's episode, feel free to do that in the Discord. And then...
and we are all in the Discord, too. So.
Yeah, we all love the Discord.
And then also, if you are new here tonight and you want to catch up on the story, all the previous videos, all 13 episodes before this, are on YouTube. So, everyone, you all have a great night. Thank you all so much, and we are glad to be back. And remember, travelers, the best time to tell stories is whenever it's near dark.